I'm here. Okay, there we go. Part 1 finished. What am I doing? Trying to invite people there. Alright, send it out to my 20 million Facebook accounts. Hey, Decapitron. What does peak mean? I guess that means something positive? Something HIV positive? Oh, you liked it? Okay. Alright, just give me a moment, please. I'm just sending out one more invitation, and then I'll be with you. One more minute. I'll just move around a little bit so you know I'm here. I think I finished all my invitations because I'm sexy and I just have to put on my helmet. God damn it. I thought I could take it easy today, and it's the worst day. Oh man. I have to audition some music for my radio show, so I can't be on all night. I have to listen to music all night. I did not see the GTA leaks, but I heard that there are some annoying things about the game, like you have to eat, you have to exercise. I'm surprised you don't have to go to the bathroom. Well, I'm sorry, you ate too many burritos. You're going to be in the bathroom for an hour while the heist is going on. That's not why people play Grand Theft Auto. Or if you're the kind of person who has that amount of time, like, oh, instead of... Well, never mind. I'm going to buy it no matter what. No matter what, I'm playing Grand Theft Auto 6. Oh, come on, you have to put gas in the car? Are you serious? Although that would be fun because I know someone who is an outlaw biker. He stopped being an outlaw biker, but he's old now, like in his 70s, 80s, and he outran cops, like once upon a time. Like, I hear people in the South have outrun cops all the time. Whereas in the North, they're like, yeah, go ahead, go, we know who you are. We're gonna get you, but take your time going back home. We'll be waiting. But he said that he illegally outfitted his car to have a much stronger motor. I don't know if this is true. This is what he told me. And he said that the only reason he was caught is he ran out of gas. So if that's in Grand Theft Auto, if you're not kidding, that makes sense. But I don't think people really buy the game for simulation. For example, I don't know if it was like that in the early games, but in Grand Theft Auto 5, if you roll your car on its side, you can then do this and right yourself back up. So, and also the cars seem to be made of cardboard, the way they react to wind and stuff like that. So in terms of like Elden Ring, the cars don't have any poise. So it doesn't feel different when you're driving a very heavy old car or a lighter material newer car. They all but I still play. Just like this game has very shitty things about it, but I still play. I don't know where I am, what I'm doing. I did level up a little bit. Kind of cheated. What am I doing? What do I got? Okay, I fought Radan, so there's a hole in the ground here. I remember that when there were go-karts in World of Warcraft, although that was just an increasingly new addition to World of Warcraft that made it less fun to play. That was funny because I played a goblin. So whenever I went up and down, my long ears went up and down. I don't know why that was important to me. Okay, what am I doing? Let me just make a note of what I have to do. I have to go into that ground. I have to. There's a very tough boss over here. I don't have to, but I can go in there. Oh! I did not get the Commander's Standard. So there's a boss in a very annoying part right here. Very annoying. And upon defeating him, I get something that I always sold. Because I'm thinking, I'm not playing with the spear. But when you use it, you get some sort of bonus damage for a while. I don't know anyone who played it. I wanted to ask George from Cannibal Corpse, hey, do you still play World of Warcraft? I would have played it if they kept making new games. And kept the level cap at 60. With, I suppose there could have been exceptions to that. Rare exceptions, but... I didn't like World of Warcraft when I first played, but then I discovered the social aspect of it. Then I became addicted to the social... I met people. I had a girlfriend from World of Warcraft. But then World of Warcraft, their so-called improvements made the game bad. Like, if you're playing late at night, like, I guess technically I'm playing late at night right now. I might have problems getting cooperators. But in World of Warcraft, if you go into a dungeon, it's called an instance in World of Warcraft. I don't know if it's still called that. But you could invite whoever you wanted, like maximum 5 people. And then it turned out, like, you have to have a healer, you have to have DPS, you have to have a tank, and it ruined it. Because I, as a rogue, went into a dungeon with 4 other rogues. We just had to play completely differently. We had no healer. I stole everything from people. Role player. But getting back to summoning, I don't remember the exact mechanics of it, but you were supposed to be able to summon people faster. You didn't have to wait as long, but it was bad, very bad. All right, what am I? I'm not looking at the right screen. All right, now I'm looking at the right screen. I don't think I would mind playing again, but when I played, it was before I played Fallout 3. I think it was before I played that. And I know it's definitely before I played the Souls games. And as much as I complain about a lot of things in the Souls games, they ruined other combat for me. Because other combat seems sloppy. Actually, World of Warcraft was just rebellion against button mashing games. I guess now I'm adept enough to run past things, but one of the first lessons I learned is like, oh, alright, so I went about 500 feet and got killed. I'm just gonna run past everything. Nope. So you always respect everything on the way. Later on I learned that I could pass. But without further ado... Oh, so getting back to stereotypes, was that your first time watching the movie? And I think you saw the YouTube version, right? Which is the fastest paced version. I wonder if I go over there. I think there's poison mist. The upcoming Blu-ray is going to be uncut or the long cut. I'm not saying it's better, but fans want it. They funded it. There was a Kickstarter for it. I'm not reissuing the disc. I'm making a completely big cut. One of my symbols, it's not in the cut that you watched, but I wanted to show that no matter how different we all look, we're connected. And one way for me to symbolize that was when the scene ended, the very last sentence that the character spoke was cut off by someone else from the new scene who finished the sentence. So, the girl Elaine who played the Cuban, she is Cuban, but she played a Cuban. I think the one line before hers was, "It smells like," and then she said, "Mierda." So, symbolism. And I think I cut it shorter and shorter and shorter because on paper it worked, but everybody in the movie was a friend or like a model, not a trained actress. And so a lot of the execution was terrible, including my own. But the fans wanted the full script, and that's what I'm working on. However, in that version, I have to do a director's introduction, and I have to explain why the movie exists. I think that... Ooh, see, that's the... you have to kill that with a missile weapon. I got Scarlet Rot, right? Sorry, I can handle it. I'm handling it. Did you laugh out loud when you watched the movie? And are you surprised that YouTube allows that movie? I think I'm supposed to go north. Were you offended at any time? You have to tell me. Was any of that offensive to you? Was there a gay stereotype? I don't remember. There was a gay stereotype in Dirtbags. His name was Gaylord. What about the South American stereotype or the Cuban stereotype? Well, the Cuban played, I guess, a Puerto Rican stereotype. She spoke some Spanish in it. But she's fully Americanized. She played in cover bands. I don't know if she ever managed to record her... She played hit music. Like that was her aspiration, to be like a pop singer. Elaine Tootle was her name. Is her? I don't think she's dead. She's not dead. North. Okay, so north is that way. Well, I wanted to make fun of as many stereotypes as I could. I couldn't fit any in. Like, I could fit them all in, but then I started thinking more character-wise. And I didn't make fun of Orientals because I really don't know any stereotypes about them. Like, I hear other people make stereotypes about them. Like, there's a stereotype about their driving. So in my second ever movie, Dirtbags, not the one that's coming out soon, and that there was a scene of two guys at a bar drinking. They were really drinking a beer in a real bar, Dingo's Den in Clifton. And one guy said, "Hey, did you ever see the way Orientals drive? They should be called Disorientals." I thought I was very clever for making that joke, but I've never witnessed any Chinese, Japanese, Korean people not knowing how to drive. I've never witnessed that. I've never got into an accident with someone from the Orient. Or is it Asia? They're yellow can't. But I never knew that. So, there are ethnic jokes, prejudices, and stereotypes that I've heard, but I've never witnessed that behavior myself. So I wanted, let me only use what I know. I think I might have mentioned a Colombian friend who becomes furious whenever anyone thinks he's Mexican. He keeps saying, he always has the same speech, like, "They're small," and blah, blah. And then I met a super tall Mexican in New York at a show. I think he lives in New York. Like, I didn't know they make him your size. Because I kept hearing from other South Americans, like, Mexicans are small. Then I met the giant class. Alright, what am I doing? But I'm very happy that you liked it. So, you can be honest with me, is there any part of it that angered you? Because I have to know for the re-edit. Because I want it to be just a humorous movie. I don't want anyone to be angry. Oh, and before you answer that, what did you think when you saw me in blackface? Honest opinion. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I played a blackface character. I was supposed to hire a black guy, but then someone told me that there's never a good reason to be in blackface, and I thought, well, what if it's to make people laugh? Matt Bidner, I'm talking about stereotypes. Decapitron just saw it for the first time. Hello, Alan. Alan, we were just talking about Hispanic or Latin stereotypes. Decapitron is of Mexican lineage, and he saw my movie Stereotypes, and he's telling me that he was not in any way offended. So, well, Matt Bidner, I made fun of George Floyd in Dickless Zombies, but then when I was going to make a Bill Cosby movie, and I was going to play Bill Cosby, I was going to have George Floyd come over and accidentally drink the wrong cappuccino. You know, the one with the Quaaludes in it. Then when he leaves the house, like, I can't breathe. There is no way that any of the crowdfunding platforms will allow me to put that up. Neck battle. Alan, I don't really, I don't think they're comparable, but the only Mayhem song that I like, the only one, is it the Die Mysteries De Satanis? Because I thought it was humorous, like when Attila went into like the kind of joke vocals, and Cannibal Corpse, whenever I heard Cannibal Corpse with George Corpse Grinder singing or vocalizing, I thought, well, that's kind of cool, but I liked Hammer Smashed Face, and Skull Full of Maggots, things like that. But don't go by me, that's just my personal taste. But I prefer George as a friend, or as a person to interview. I remember Chris Barnes became very upset when I reviewed his 6 Feet Under album. And he felt betrayed because we're so cool on the phone. I'm thinking, out of respect, I'm not going to make fun of your album. And then for the review, I pretty much said that the only thing that holds that hamburger together is the egg that is Chris Barnes. Years later, someone had a song playing in his car, and I thought, man, this band should not send the demo anywhere. They're never going to get signed. And my friend laughed. I'm like, why are you laughing? He goes, that's 6 Feet Under. I'm like, oh, okay. But yes, I'm not a metal authority. Do not ever consider me something like that. Like, I'm just honest about what I like and what I don't like. And sometimes, if I worry that my review might hurt a band, I won't review the band. I've just done that with a couple of movies for the Grimoire site. But George Corpsegrinder is high up in the respect level of all the people in music I've met. But also, my love of music typically goes towards slow, atmospheric doom. Whether it's clean vocals or death metal. The band Void of Silence, they have albums that have death metal vocals, black metal vocals, and then clean vocals. And even Alan from Primordial played on their Human Antithesis album. My movie Dickless Zombie had a spoof of George Floyd. It wasn't exactly George Floyd. Sorry, I'm burping. But, sorry. Maybe I should make the Bill Cosby movie. It's just that I don't have many ideas for it. But that would be hilarious if George Floyd visited Bill Cosby and accidentally drank the wrong cappuccino. And then left. It's like, I can't breathe. And then to make things worse, he gets, he dies in custody. All right, I was asked a question about Paradise Lost. My favorite, well, I don't think in favorites, but an album that I love a lot is their Gothic album. And I like Breeding Fear from the Lost Paradise album. And then they had a couple of EPs that had some crazy songs. Oh, I also like Shades of God. There's another one. There are two other ones. But those are the ones that, when I hear Paradise Lost, the name, like, that's what I think of. I'm supposed to go north. Alright, I'm supposed to fight the commander. There's a commander here. By the way, if any of you are interested, I launched a Kickstarter for my upcoming movie, Don't Get in the Car. It's a very rapey movie. I could share the link if you want me to. George Droid, is that a misspelling? I haven't seen any videos of George Floyd. Well, when I made Ant Farm Dick Hole, I made it for $400, and then when I made Dick Shark, I think I made it for $7,000. It's always under 10,000. Oh, George Droid, like an android. He's android. I was gonna make a joke. Androidinous. Okay, I think soon shall be upon the commander. Right? I don't think I am where I should be. I think I'm kind of back. I think I have to go around. Right? I think I have to go around. He's in there, but I think I have to go around. I came here backward, which is my favorite way to come in. Well, I kind of like that, but that's not my main listening diet. Let me share my Kickstarter, baby. Might as well make some promotion while I'm here, right? Let me see if this works. Multitasking. Okay, there's a commander in here. I'm gonna try to I'm gonna fight him with just my ghost. Let's see how that works out. Wait, where am I? Okay. This is where I would summon people if I were to summon somebody. But I think I might be powerful enough to do this by myself. Famous last words. Any bets? This guy summons a lot of help. Oh, wind! Do I have Scarlet Rock? Dead. If you bet that I would win, you have just lost your money. I'm gonna try that again by myself with my ghosts. You know, you should take a picture of me and sell those. I should sell those at conventions. Like, do you hate me? I've got something for you. It's exactly what you want. The wind is the burst. Dick. See, I think the strategy most people use is to kill the ghosts, because they're very annoying. Shooting crossbows at me. That's just you and me. Dick! Don't can you? See so many more ghosts. That time I meant business. I was just joking the first time. Yeah, every once in a while I discover that some people very strongly hate me and my movies. But what they don't know is that they're great advertisement. I remember even before I made movies, when I just had my magazine, I was in an AOL chat room, and I upset some people who I just consider them to be fake metal anyway. But a girl in New Jersey looked for me in a mall, Willowbrook Mall in New Jersey, and she was very happy to meet me, and she said that her boyfriend was an asshole, and she wanted, as revenge against him, to make out with me. But I said, as much as I appreciate the offer, I'd really rather you make out with me because I'm sexy. Plus, the amount of times I've been a jealousy pawn. Plus, I didn't know what her boyfriend looked like. That has been a terrible surprise many times. To Captron, that's understandable. There's a friend who's not a cop anymore, but he hated many things about me personally. He also hated when I laughed because he called it a nervous laugh. I'm thinking like, dude, you have an 80 IQ. I don't think you could really read people. Plus, he was confident that he could tell if you're lying. It was just coincidental that I took a forensics class. I'm sorry, forensic psychology class. And this was tested. And this is sad. That was the original, that was the first time I heard confirmation bias. So, he's not the only cop I met, because I'm friends with many cops, who think that they're experts at detecting deception. But time and time again in experiments they showed that against a computer who's just giving random answers, the computer did better. So they did worse than people who weren't cops. And they did worse than the computer who was just giving random answers. Is this guy telling the truth? And that's scary because if you're in the presence of someone who believes that he knows you did it, good luck going home and masturbating after that. All I want to do is go home and jerk off. Are you sure you're up to no good? Well, it depends on what you think of masturbation. I just can't wait to get home. Jerk off. Is that why you ran the red light? No, I've got drugs in the car. But the point is, I just want to go home and jerk off after I do all these drugs. Decapitron, in all seriousness, my friends, and by the way, every single one of my friends considers me retarded, stupid, talentless. Why are we even hanging out with Bill? Those are my friends. And they asked me if I would either do it myself or if I would hire someone to do it to make Bill Zebub masks. To be as unflattering as possible. I have to write that down because there might be people who will buy such things. Like an exaggerated caricature, or do you want it realistic, Beelzebub? Where do I write this down? I've got pain in my abdomen that I haven't had before. So I wonder if I've got that parasite. I don't eat at Taco Bell or anything like that, but I want to find out, like, where exactly is this pain? I haven't thrown up yet, though. I'm not nauseous. I wonder if someone punched me in my sleep. Dude, don't fucking leave after you start a fight. It's the ants in my pants. I live a very rough life. I go east, right? Yeah, east. That's east. I have to talk to some dickhead. I don't have to talk to him, but he helps advance a quest. Wait, was there a treasure? Did I just miss a treasure? Anyway, there's this Tyrannosaurus doggy over there. And he went to the back of the building and tried to bite me through the wall. Because in all Dark Souls games, the wall is just like there, like maybe it'll block something. Because the game is inferior. It's like an $18 game. Because, oh wow, we didn't have enough time to do the collision detection on the walls. Like any walls. So in the beginning, when I first played Dark Souls, that was fun. Because there were these people who I couldn't hope to defeat in normal combat, so I could kill them by striking through a wall. But now that I know how to play a little bit more, I don't like that. And plus, I don't seem to benefit from any of that. It's just the people like the Tyrannosaurus doggy. But the point I'm making is there's a guy in that hut, and that dog attacked me through the wall, missed me, but then killed that guy, and just ruined the whole fucking quest. Don't let that happen to you. I wonder if that dog will pay attention. So I hear roof roof. I'm gonna have to kill him before he kills this guy.
Oh, I hoped to.
I don't even know what I'm talking about. I don't think we have anything in common.
Should you accept, I will teach you. I need a name resting at. As go on.
That might make it into a movie. That's funny.
Can you give me as well? Can as well, mate?
Okay. At least the dog didn't attack. You know what? Fuck that dog. I'm gonna kill him anyway. For being an asshole. Can I backstab him? Ooh. Revenge. Okay. I think I'm going the right way. We'll never know. I suppose what I'm doing right now is just taking care of business. And I could lazily play while I answer your questions. Decapitron, were you surprised that you were entertained by the Stereotypes movie? Wow, two birds with one weapon. you like my humor that much, really. I remember there was a pretentious white acquaintance who I only knew because of his girlfriend. But I thought, hey, let me show him my Stereotypes movie. Because, he was, reportedly a cinephile, and I want to know what he thought of it. And it began with his bad acting. He started talking about appeasing the lowest common denominator. And I thought he was joking because it was fake acting. It was... And then he just said, lowest common denominator crap, like I expected better from you. I'm like, my last movie was Dirtbags. You expected better. But then a local magazine praised it. And they said, I was in the wrong mood when I read it. So I guess he thought that everyone would be behind him, like, all right, everyone's going to condemn this movie, so I'm going to lead the charge. Like, people aren't condemning it? Oh yeah, I guess I didn't see that in the right mood. The jokes are still the same. Sometimes a joke brings me out of a bad mood. But also when you watch a movie, within the first few minutes, you know what you have. That's when you decide, will you continue watching, or... Not saying that if you continue watching you'll like it, but you made an agreement. I'm gonna stick around a little more, see what's going on. See if I can get my bearings. The thought just occurred to me, what if I remake the movie in 4K? Because it was done in standard definition, like DVD. And it was my first prosumer camera. It cost me $4,200. Prior to that, I shot on camcorder. But anyway, when I talked about this person being pretentious, it reminded me of this guy. I don't know his name. Is it Leonard Maltin? And I somewhat remember him being part of Bravo. I don't know if he was an instructor at some film school who also did reviews or whatever. But whenever he talked, he looked like a parody of someone in theater. Can we just have a conversation instead of you go, fucking talk. And then it was Sasha. Before he made movies, he had the Ali G show, and he interviewed that guy and just made a fool out of him. Oh, it was incredible. Fucking genius. For all my flaws, at least I'm not that, where I answer everything in the most fake possible manner. I remember there were teachers who, when I talked to them, it was just me and the teacher, usually in detention. But the teacher acted as if there were an audience. Because, like, I tried to make a joke out of the situation, and then, like, who do you think is watching? Like, it's just me and you, and I'm a kid. Why the fuck are you acting like that? Fucking fat twat. There's some people who should not be teachers. That's what I'm trying to say. Well, I try to say it after the story. I just realized, like, there's some people, they should not be teachers, they should not be therapists. In therapy, I don't know if I should really say this, but sometimes an attraction develops. So I'm not going to talk about transference or anything like that, but there are some weak men There's a very famous vocalist. I don't know how much I should say, but she went to therapy and ended up leaving the death metal vocalist of a band. She was an operatic singer, not trained opera, but operatic. Yeah, so she had sex with her therapist and left. And there's a movie. I remember when I took a clinical psychology class. It was just to prepare you, like, this is what clinical psychology is. And it was the first one at the university. And there was a very stupid professor. So remember I said, like, not every professor should be allowed to be a professor? This professor said the most stupid things I've ever heard. She said that when we sleep, we're cold-blooded. I'm not going to go into it. She kept saying stuff like that. So she tried to get this class canceled because she said, oh, well, if students take that class called clinical psychology, they're going to think that they're psychologists. Well, anyway, I'm going to say this last thing, just to tie up all the ends. It was assigned that we had to either rent or buy, I think it was season 1 of a show called In Treatment. Because according to the professor, there was a lot of truth in that show. And so yeah, there was a therapist who he held out as long as he could. If you're a boss, you should have sex with employees. If you're a therapist, you should have sex with your clients. List goes on. But some people can't handle it. Also, Psycho the Rapist. No, because that's an easy joke. I remember when I first thought of it, I thought, like, oh, definitely I'm going to use that joke. But then I saw it. So some jokes are very easy. The like low-hanging fruit jokes. I can't make a joke after other people have made it like 20 times in a movie already. The Rapist instead of Therapist. But what I wanted to say is sometimes the woman who comes on strong to the therapist, that's one of the last defenses, trying to ruin the progress toward truth. So it's like, all right, I'm going to throw that. But it's not conscious. It's not like, oh, I know how to trip this guy up. You're supposed to be trained to, like, handle that. But some women are just too sexy. I've never crossed that line, so that's why I can stand here and say these things, or sit here and say these things. Never crossed that line. But it's hard sometimes. I mean, that the organ is hard sometimes. Is that for me? No, it's just sometimes I have spontaneous erections. Don't read too deeply into it. Low-hanging fruit. I remember when I interviewed Danny from Cradle of Filth. I love when I interview people or even talk to people and they just volunteer stuff. I did not ask him about his balls. I did not ask about aging and his testicles. But he just brought up that he's old and his balls are sagging. And I was thinking, like, I can't bring myself to look at my own balls. Like, I don't think that they're sagging. Like, I'm older. Like, Maybe I'm sick. My balls aren't sagging. What's wrong with me? Do I have cancer? Do you know why your testicles are outside of your body? And this is not a joke. I wonder if you know the reason. It's so people can hold them. No, it's because the temperature required is just a few degrees lower. Like if they were inside, they wouldn't do some of the work that they do. I was thinking, we had all this time because that's your fucking Achilles heel. Do you know how many times I've just been nullified in a fight with ball pain? There should be a ball pain hammer. Like, meant specifically to crush your balls in a fight. But the amount of times I've been dropped just with that, you would think that I'd protect my balls more. But if all these things of which we are comprised are like, this has led to our survival, maybe some people are meant to be killed in battle because they got kicked in the balls. But or maybe that some women are protected, like, I can't be stronger than this guy, but I can kick him in the balls. A ball pain. I have to wipe out everybody down here. I'm systematically wiping out everybody in this city, but they're all ghosts, so it's not really a massacre. I don't need my conscience to be tormented by any more of the bad things I've done in life, even if they're in a game. Oh, speaking of which, I have to do something. I'm gonna have to take a momentary break. Decapitron, I have a boob exploding scene. And I squirt on your grave. But when I filmed it, because I filmed some things for I Squirt on Your Grave, I thought, okay, this is going to be way too expensive to do with practical effects. I'm going to have to do it with AI. Because I thought, like, hey, Grok, Twitter's uncensored, Grok is uncensored. And then when I looked at the footage, I'm like, alright, it's a good thing I'm doing this with AI, not with practical effects. I still shot it to enable me to use practical effects. I also did body casting, so there's a body double of the woman. I'm glad that I took care of all contingencies. Because then I learned that, nope, Grok is just as censored as everybody else. So I don't know what kind of trouble they got into. I think maybe they got in trouble with celebrities looking like they were doing each other. I don't know. But it's terrible. Like, I don't know how Eli Roth did his movie Ice Cream Man. I haven't seen it yet, but I will see it. Most gore is denied. Like, after, like, making a prompt, maybe after 500 times and like $300 or more, finally one sneaks in. But I don't know if this is true, but I remember when cloning was what's the word, or at least human cloning was forbidden. Someone said, that every government is going to allow it, like, in a clandestine way, because you don't want to be behind while other governments are doing it. But I don't know. I don't really care. That's why I don't want to be buried. I want to be thrown naked into the ocean so that all the fish consume me, or even the bacteria consume me. Just my luck, a roving fisherman will pull me aboard, make a blow-up doll out of me. But I don't want to be buried, because what if they, hundreds of years from now, think like, Bill Zebub was a genius. We have to clone him. And then all of a sudden I wake up. Why? 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 Leave me alone. Did you ever hear the question, if you were completely cloned, and this is not something that can really happen unless there's some information we don't have, 100% duplication of you over here, is that you? And if the original you is killed, is that you? And answer. I don't have the answer, but I was beginning to ponder that. I forget which class it was asked, but I'm like, fuck you, I'm not answering it. I'm not answering it. Don't care. And I remember some people were describing at the outside of the black hole, like, you may be killed, but your information is intact. I'm like, fuck you, don't ever talk to me again. This is me. Alright, I think I've killed almost everybody here. So I get to enjoy gallivanting. Oh, he's not dead. I don't even think I need to do all this stuff. I'll do it anyway. Sometimes you have to do things you don't want to do. Right? Bottle number 1 is finished. Let me just see how my footage is doing. Finished. Okay, give me just a second because I am transcoding footage while I'm doing this. Just give me a minute. I'm not getting up because I bought a spare bottle. I just have to take care of this. Will it fit into one Blu-ray? That's the question. Holy crap, I did it. Oh, yes. Oh, that's sweet. Oh, I can't believe how sexy I am. Oh, that makes me feel good. What a load off my pants. Oh, that feels good. I just have to find one more thing here. I think I found it. Holy crap. I think I found it. Alright. Tonight I shall practice something. Something moral. Man, I did not expect to find that so easily. Okay, I'm back. I don't know if I did the right thing, but I made peanut butter. Alright, it sounds stupid but I made peanut butter sandwiches for raccoons. They seem to have enjoyed them. I can't do that on a regular basis, but can't tell my neighbors because they hate raccoons. Some neighbors have chicken coops, and they blame raccoons and opossums for killing chicken. Alright, Decapitron, have you ever had Smucker's peanut butter? Or any peanut butter that has oil that gathers on the top because it's natural? I discovered... Oh, you never... Well, if you ever stayed away from it because you're thinking like, man, it's fucking sloppy making peanut butter sandwiches with this, you have to get your Smucker's peanut butter as an example, because that's my favorite. There's only 2 ingredients. Peanuts and semen. And the semen rises, so you stir it. You have to stir it for a good 5-10 minutes until it's consistent. The consistency is consistent, and then you put it in the refrigerator. You never have to stir it again. And here's a treat. If you eat peanut butter on white bread, I call it honky bread, but try toasting the bread first, even if it's wheat bread. Different kind of experience. The cold stays cold and the hot stays hot. Holy crap. No wonder I can't be skinny. I don't even know if peanuts are good for you, because I guess I don't care enough to really learn, because I like the flavor of peanuts. I said peanuts, Peanuts. Do not misquote me. I like the taste of peanuts in my mouth. But I don't know if they're legumes. Are peanuts legumes? Because I know one is good and one is bad for you. And then someone said, like, don't eat peanuts. They're like some kind of bomb. I forgot what the substance bomb. I'm like, what would you rather have me do? Eat lollipops? I'm making strides here. Like, I can't just keep eating candy all day. I have to have something. And peanut butter kind of tastes like candy in my mouth. How else am I going to maintain my rippling biceps? I need protein intake. Not as a suppository either. Oh, dead! Oh, I didn't die. I remember as a kid, I don't know what my illness was, but my mother brought me either a lot of toys or a big toy for no reason. Surprise! Oh, it must be because I'm sick and almost dying. And then came the suppository surprise. And I remember thinking something's off because, you know, the whole time for medicine, you know, you got your present, now time for medicine. My trust was violated. It came in what looked like, it was encapsulated in foil or something, and it had like this oily, creamy look to it, and smelled. And I thought, man, I have to swallow that. That's not where it's going. I was angry. That was the first and last time I had a suppository. Even as a child, I did not stand for it. You know, there are other medications. Like, when I had food poisoning, I asked for the injection, and in Shitland, the doctor gave a pill. I'm like, why would you give a pill? I'm vomiting every 3 minutes. Why would you give me a pill? Oh, it alleviates nausea. Your mother alleviates nausea. Give me a fucking injection. And then when I vomited the pill, I asked, like, why don't you give me an injection? Well, we want to spare you the pain of an... I'm a fucking diabetic. I inject 3 million times a day. In the ass, too. I've run out of places to put the needle. Plus, it's not like one of these kind of needles. It's just a fucking prick. Like a little prick. Like mosquitoes hurt more than that. But I'll let you cut my arm open just to stop the vomiting. Like, I'd rather have pain than nausea. So if you ever want to torture me, inflict nausea upon me. I'll tell you all my secrets. I'll probably kill myself first, because I do not like them. I really hate nausea. In later life, whenever I had to vomit, it was like a self-hypnosis thing. Like, I just told myself, you have to do it. you have to do it. This is why I'm not good at Elden Ring. What is your experience with suppository? Man, imagine living on your own and you have to insert your own suppository. Oh, hello, Intoxivision. Have you been here before? By the way, I'm terrible at this game. Terrible. And I usually perform requests for people. Sexually, too, but you have to email me about that. But while you're here, would you like to explain or reveal the first time you had a suppository? What were your feelings? See, I guess it would have been different if a doctor shoved his finger up my ass, but like a trusted person, like a parent, sticking something in your ass. And I remember in the first class, the psychological aspects of human sexuality, when I learned about clitoridectomy, like in certain countries, a girl is brought into a bathtub and a certain part of her body is cut off with a razor. And the reason for that is women are property, and it is believed in these countries or these regions that because the pleasure center of sexuality is removed, that the woman will not cheat. And I thought, did you ever test this? But then I remembered, because a trusted member of my family shoved something up my ass, a suppository. But I stuck up for myself. That's not gonna happen. Sorry, it's not gonna happen. But I guess, like in Star Trek, they have the Prime Directive, like, don't interfere with another culture. But I wonder, alright, because I'm currently temporarily in Texas, coming here from the Northeast, it's frightening how backward people are. Absolutely frightening. But I would never tell them, like, did you ever think about this possibly being the case? But it's just like there are some men, even in civilized parts of America, who think that women are like machines, and if you press a certain sequence of buttons, you'll get the desired result. Should watch what I say because I'm on YouTube. So without being graphic, there's more to the pleasure of intimacy than that part that is removed in some countries. And what if, the husband / owner of the woman is abusive, asshole, has bad breath, is stupid, and she meets somebody else like, oh, you're nothing like him. It's unfortunate I can't have an orgasm, but we could still have pleasure, right? Do I know how to tell a story or make a point? I'm like Cicero. Caesarean or Cicero, one of those things. I'm one of those. When I first heard about Caesarean birth, and this is when I'm like 12, 13, I thought, there's got to be a joke about a Caesarean bowel movement. You can't expel this waste the usual way. We're going to have to cut them. Should we give him anesthesia? No, that'll hurt the feces. Caesarean. I remember the first time I went to a restaurant called the Bonefish Grill, which I just found out closed forever in Pinewood, New Jersey. But the first time I went there, I had a humorless server, and I didn't know that, salmon, from the description of it, is good for you, but farmed salmon is not. But it's like, I just don't care. Like, everything's bad for me. I don't care. Why have food when I could just have candy all day? If food is just like as bad as candy, like, let me just eat candy, see what happens. But I thought it'd be cute, and I wanted to order salmon to have something healthy that day. There are only a certain amount of lollipops you could eat before, like, you need to eat some kind of food. Well, I asked for a salmonella, and the person was very pissed off. And just a couple of weeks ago, I was at a taco place, and I jokingly asked, can I have a chicken fajita? I should pronounce it fajita. Can I have a chicken fajita with extra screwworm? And the person was angry. My tone was not serious. It was a joking Are you tone deaf? Are you that socially inept, like, you can't tell I'm joking? I probably have screwworm and that other parasite. Like, we're gonna throw these things in the garbage, but this asshole really needs to go to the hospital. Specifically the bathroom of the hospital. By the way, I know my rights now in the hospital. Like, you may just be looking at YouTube channels of lawyers telling you what your rights are when you're pulled over. I want to know my rights when I'm in the hospital, because I was force-bathed by an old, muscular lady. She force-washed me in my bed. No matter how I protested, like, I can do that. Do you know what it's like to be held down and washed against your will? Now I know my rights. That will never happen again. I'm not a prisoner. I could wash myself. Oh, I have other things to do. I thought it was over. I thought all this was over. Holy crap, I'm stupid. I'll go another route. If you want to be cool, you trombone cough the way I do. Are you experiencing some difficulties, Decapitron, in your workplace? I remember a friend who was born in Moscow told me things that seemed preposterous, but over time I found out that they were true. And one of them was Stalin ordered soldiers to rape the fuck out of German women. Because you're proud of your bloodline? How about some other stuff in your bloodline? So I thought, that's not true. It's true. But I ventured a little deeper, and I didn't realize how much revenge was waged against the Germans, not just the soldiers, but in countries like Poland, Czechoslovakia. Very brutal. Even prisoners of war. I'm not going to get into that, but so what you get for just like standing aside and not doing anything about things that you know are wrong. However, everyday people, especially conformists, they just want to obey whatever the rule is. Like, yeah, we'll do it. But that must have been a fucked up time to be in Europe. Like, whether it's Germany, Czechoslovakia, whatever, and that wasn't long ago when people acted this badly toward each other. I mean, yeah, I know you're mad, and I can understand that. Like, if your area is under occupation and the Germans are having their way with your women and other things, you want to give them a taste of their own medicine. I don't think that is a good expression, because medicine helps you. Like, yeah, some medicine tastes terrible, but like giving someone a dose of his own medicine, don't do that to your enemy, because you're going to heal your enemy. Give him a taste of his own poison. I think that's better, right? Let's change the way we speak. Let's be a little more clear. I'm going to have to write that down. If you don't mind, I just need a second to write down my genius. Because I'm a genius, you know. If I didn't tell you, you probably wouldn't know that I'm a genius. Instead of giving a dose of your own medicine, give a dose of poison. Because medicine heals. But then I was thinking about, during COVID, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but there were low status people who couldn't wait to yell at other people for not wearing masks or not obeying. So those kind of people, like if there's any kind of civil unrest, they will torture you and feel good about it because you're not one of them. I'm not talking about race or anything like that. Like, I'm talking about group. Like, that's their group. And again, the nastiness. I'm not talking about the concentration camps. I'm talking about like stuff that happened. And Germans were put into concentration camps. From what I saw, it can be believed. A lot of nastiness toward each other. So I just hope that in my lifetime, I do not witness, like, one day your neighbors and the next day you're being given a suppository, but not medicine, penile suppository. Now, although Decapitron enjoys that in a relationship or in a mutually agreed arrangement, I think that kind of suppository I'm talking about will be vengeful, violent, and not at all satisfactory sexually. How about you? Does that keep you up at night? It doesn't really keep me up at night. I'm always thinking of scenarios for stories, but that might be a little too dark for me, and I've made some dark stories. Liberian Civil Wars? Liberia. That's where Liberians come from, right? I mean, that might be a stretch, but I think that's where Liberians come from. I'm not afraid to appear wrong. That's the purpose of a discussion, to discover the truth, right? I started reading a book, no joke, it's called The Lucifer Effect, and if I remember correctly, it's the guy who created that experiment in which college students were randomly assigned, like, you're the guard and you're the prisoner. And so the book wasn't specifically about that experiment, but it was about how people behave when authority tells them to do bad things to other people, especially bad things to people who are not in your group. That is not fun to read, so I had to put it down. It was pissing me off. I had to put it down. I can't watch movies about religious oppression because it rankles me. You know, there's a certain point, like when you watch movies, like sometimes you're supposed to be angry at what you see, but it's just my limit. Like I have to stop. The exception to that is Russ. What is his name? He made The Devils, and it's coming out uncut later this year. That's an exception, so I can watch religious oppression in that movie. I think primarily because it's not about just the oppression. General Mosquito. I didn't even know that Liberia had a civil war. I don't even know where Liberia is. Is that a made-up country? I think you're messing around with me. Man, I've got to light these 2 torches. Like, how long does it take to get onto a sconce and light a torch? Keep falling off things. I have to stop talking. Talking's messing me up. But speaking of talking, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Oh, come on. Pressing the wrong buttons all the time. No wonder I die constantly. That's not even the weapon. Fuck! Now I can return to my duties here. I just have to open up a door. Why? Why do I get lost so easily? I'm gonna try to go this way. Yeah, I'm fucking around. One of the African countries was used as an example that the command was from authority: let no man live, and before you kill the women, rape them, and if the women have sons, make the sons rape the mothers, and then kill them. Like, are you sure that was the order? Yes, that was the order. So I guess the first time I heard of that was in the movie The Lucifer Effect, because I think I mentioned how surprised I was how squeamish average Americans are. I don't know how it is in other countries, but it can't be that bad because other countries have seen terrible things and they're okay. They continue doing terrible things, which means they're okay with terrible things. What the fuck was my point? Well, 2 points. I couldn't finish reading the book. I will at some point resume, but it was just like, fucking people are assholes. Like, I don't want to know that. I'm more into like one-on-one, like this guy's got some kind of pathology and he's doing these terrible things. I don't want to know like this is conformity at its worst. Not into it. Don't want to know. Don't want to know how easy it is for people to become super assholes, like war crime kind of assholes. I don't know where to go. I think I have to light 2 more fires because I'm an arsonist. So I lit that one. In the distance, there's a blue flame. Methane, I say. I should name myself Canary. I'm a canary in a coal mine. I would not like to be in a coal mine, even if I were in a... In my head, there was a joke, but once I said it, like, none of what I just said was funny. Okay, I think I have to go here. Ah, yes, there's a tower ahead. I think I'm on the right track. Gary in a coal mine. Oh. I think one more thing to light. Then I can get out of here. Can't say I've enjoyed my stay. Did I do it? A seal was broken in town somewhere. Why is that still on the screen? That message on the bottom of the screen. Any other game, like 5 seconds, like, even if you're a retarded reader. Alright, I read it. Alright, what up? Look, I cannot do anything else. I have to dismiss that message. I have to dismiss this fucking annoying message. The first few times I played Elden Ring, do you know how many times I died? Because I did something like, oh, somewhere Seal's tower was broken. Stop it! So now I could... But yeah, you can't attack, can't defend. You could just get a suppository. That's all you can get. So I think that I could download this and just extrude some of the shitty parts of the game. So when I make my master clip... Reasons why Elden Ring sucks, and please fix your fucking game before you make a sequel. Just fix it once and for all. You've had Demon Souls. Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne. Fix the fucking stupid things about your game. But honestly... Oh, my microphone's all the way over here. Stupid game. Stupid person. Regardless, I'll still play. But it's stupid. It's very annoying. Stop it. Fix your game. You patch everything else. But I wonder, like, when they're developing towns, like, people don't hide behind walls or structures, right? So, like, weapons can go through them, right? Yeah, no one's complained so far. They still buy the game. So I remember when I saw a documentary called Food Incorporated. The message was, change things with your purchases. So if you will buy organic stuff that's like $3 million more expensive, I don't know if that changed a single fucking thing. Plus, people have a creative definition of what organic is. If it comes down to it, according to chemistry, anything with a carbon molecule is organic. So you're gonna have pesticides. It's still organic. What are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? I asked you a question. Okay. I don't know, was any of this entertaining? People keep dropping off, coming in. Who colonized South Africa? Was it England? Because I remember the first time I heard a South African accent was the movie District 9. And I didn't know that was a South African accent. I felt like, why do people sound like they're retarded? I'm like, oh, that's South Africa. Like, I don't want to go there. I'd just be too annoyed. Sorry, dude. Have someone else translate what you want to say to me. Like, I can't hear your accent. It would just fucking annoy the... I don't think we could be friends. Imagine if the most beautiful woman in the world was my pen pal, and then she revealed I'm South African. Like, all right, well, it wasn't going to work anyway, these long-distance relationships. Don't ruin it by talking. Marble Madness. I think there's another marble that's going to show up. Yep. Dick. I don't know he's going to go right at me. By the way, did you ever play that game, Marble Madness? I did not last long in that game. Then I asked myself, like, I would like to watch the marble just... like, I don't want to play. I just want to watch the marble go down things. I remember when I was a kid, I begged, like, hey, parents, can you buy me that game, Mousetrap? I didn't even want to play the game. I just wanted to build a mousetrap and just keep making the mousetrap go over and over and over again. Man, I should buy the game. Do they still make Mousetrap? I think it's Milton Bradley. But yeah, fuck the game. I just want to, like... I just want the trap to go on and on and on. I remember when I made a skit. It might have been in Dalla Morte. You would know because I don't remember exactly. But it wasn't supposed to be in Dalla Morte. I filmed it way before Dalla Morte, where I bought Jesus action figure, and I had him suspended from a string over... it wasn't a pond. It was a man-made pond in a park. Wallington Park, New Jersey. I don't know if it exists anymore. But, so I had Jesus suspended as if he's walking on water, and I wanted the shark from the Jaws game to just come up under the water and eat him. And I thought, hey, no problem, I'll just go to Toys R Us and buy the Jaws game. They didn't have it. I couldn't find it anywhere. And then a friend bought it on eBay for me. And I remember as a kid, like, wait a minute, I don't know if you know what game I'm talking about, but it's a shark. He's kind of like leaning up. He's got his mouth open with a bunch of garbage on it, or in it. And you have a hook, and you take the garbage out of its mouth. So you take turns, like, oh, it's almost like Jenga, but anyway, did a Pollock make this game? Because you lose when the shark bites your fish hook. And I was thought like, no, you should win. Because it closed its jaws on a fish hook. You caught the fucking shark, you won! You didn't lose, you won! Only a stupid American would make it like, oh, shark bit my fish hook. How unfortunate that a fish bit my hook and got ensnared in my hook. That's not the outcome I want. I want to take garbage out of its mouth. That's a boomerang cough. Alright, now I'm going to perform a couple of actions that advance this quest. Then I could do other things. Are you excited? We're doing this together. I'm including you in my success. Crocodile dentist? No, I don't even know what that is. Crocodile dentist. Holy crap, house centipede. You know, I'm gonna kick these other two people over there. Fuck them. I was gonna make a joke earlier about instead of a serial killer, he just goes around and gives people suppository. But I think in the kink world, there's something about forcing people to have I don't know what they're called. I remember watching black and white movies where people bring something to bed that looks like a rubber. It's not a balloon. It's like thick rubber, and you fill it with hot water, and you take it to bed with you. Keeps you warm. I think that was the reason for it. But someone gave me this, and yes, someone did give me this. People gave me all sorts of crazy things. Fans gave me crazy things. So this guy went from door to door. Well, not like door to door, but like he'd break in, and then he'd tie the woman up and strip her, and then fill this vessel, or this rubber vessel, with water, and then insert it into her and fill her up, and then she'd release. Like, are you sure this is porn? I don't. And I don't know. Like, people pay to have that done. I don't know what kind of cleanse it's called. But I don't think you're really meant to rinse out your bowels. I mean, call me ignorant, but I don't think naturally we're meant to clean our. That's what fiber does. Hey, do you have a low fiber diet? Well, you definitely need water up your ass. Trust me, you do. And can we film it? I got his weapon. The reason why I did this, I didn't have to attack them, but I heard. Boy, did I hear. I heard that the very first one you kill drops that weapon in case you ever want to use it. I just tested that. The Joker colon cleanse. Oh, so that's simple. It's called the colon cleanse. I remember there's this black comedian, don't know his name. I think it was one of those things where, like, there's like 5 comedians in half an hour, and he just said, and the reason I call him a black comedian is there are certain ways that black people say things that are way more hilarious. And so he said that he went on a cabbage or sauerkraut diet. And then he said, the one thing they forget to tell you is, do not leave the house. I can't give it justice the way he said it, but I love stand-up. I didn't watch live stand-up until relatively recently. My first live stand-up was Stephen Wright, by the way. That was in Montclair, New Jersey, at the Wellmont Theater. It's so odd seeing stand-up just from one sitting position, unless you run around the auditorium. But, because, like when you watch a comic special, you watch, like, different cameras. It's a completely different experience when you're in one seat with gas. Alright, I'm gonna finish this person's quest. Or start this person's quest. I don't think I could cleanse her yet. Get it cleansed. She's afflicted with scarlet rot. I've never played Pop the Pig. I don't know if it's true, but some people say that you can inflate frogs. Like, you take a straw and you put it up. And I would violently beat up anyone, like, no matter how big you are. Well, I might hit you once and then I'll get killed, but I will not stand for that. I like frogs, but also, how old are you that you're fascinated? Like, I can understand, like, maybe when you're 4 years old, you do stupid things to animals. Like, I didn't know that could happen. Or like with a magnifying glass, like you could set fire to things and you could also burn ants. Like, really? But then after you're 4 or 5 years old, you should just realize, oh, that was a really dicky thing to do. Reflecting Skin. I've never heard of that movie. Is it horror? Is it? I still can't believe that I made peanut butter sandwiches for raccoons. Oh, it is horror, okay. Oh, did you see the movie Obsession? And if you did, what did you think of it? I'm not going to share my opinion. I did watch for the very first time... Do I still have it? What the fuck is the name of this? It was an Argento movie. Tonight I might... I might watch The Church, which I think is another Argento movie. Yeah, Decapitron. What was the name of the movie? I guess I didn't like it so much that I don't know the name of it. The fuck was the movie? I remember I had a recent girlfriend, like it was early in a relationship, and she was curious. She had never gone to a horror convention, and I told her, oh, you got to go to one in Ohio. I have to get down there, but how do I do that without dying? Oh, you saw the Obsession review, okay. Well, anyway, when we checked into the hotel room, she said, oh, look what I brought. What did you brought? In those words. And she said, I bought Suspiria. And I remember when I was a kid and I rented Suspiria at a VHS place. It only took about 10 minutes for me to like, all right, rewind. But I was a kid, right? Then I remember it had like their lighting was described as candy colored, but I told her no. It's like, what do you mean no? I'm like, horror conventions are for doing horror convention stuff. Only douchebags watch a movie in their hotel room. Like, do that at home. Like when you're at a horror convention, socialize, enjoy the social aspects of the event, not cloister yourself in a hotel room. And that was the first argument. And the argument also showed me we are not compatible. We do not see reality the same way. We did not watch Suspiria that weekend. I did eventually buy it on Blu-ray after we had broken up. And I don't remember anything about it. Zero. I remember zero of the movie. And then I saw the remake. And I remember zero of the movie except when this girl sat on a toilet. The shape of her legs made me think, like, she reminds me of the actress who was in 50 Shades of Grey. It was! Do I know the body or what? By the way, when I was a kid, people thought I was joking when I said, you know, there's a character in Star Wars that looks like the guy in Raiders of the Lost Ark. They have the same way of saying stuff. Oh, Decapitron, you want to make that movie? I assure you, I'm going to make some progress. It's just, I get caught in the mosh of talking. That could actually be horror. I mean, you're gay, so I don't know if you could imagine what it's like for a heterosexual to be forced to do gay stuff. Unless he's on heroin. Like, it'll be over, and it'll be over soon enough, and I'll get my fix. I'm just gonna go for it. But it reminds me, there was this brawler in death metal and I had to be very careful when I interviewed him. Could not show any disrespect, or I would probably end up in the hospital or have teeth missing, something. And this brawler is such that no matter how long you know him, the moment you disrespect him, you get punished. So I was shitting my pants interviewing him. And so I heard that he liked horror movies, and then I asked him, well, what scares you? And he said that the most frightening thing he ever did, and he said that he was in New York City, and there was a gay pride parade, and he threw stuff at the people, or something like that. He provoked them, and all of them chased him. And that was the first time he fled any kind of confrontation, and he said that just imagining what would happen just terrified him. So I think that these days, which are much different from the older days, that this might be a pro homosexual movie. Just hear me out. Like, we should really talk about this, about having a villain, serial killer, or whatever he is, who decides to force acts upon people who are not of that persuasion. So it would terrify the people who are like that person. My policy is just like, if I'm unconscious, just don't tell me what you did. I have that policy toward dentists, surgeons, people who give me drinks. Just don't tell me what happened. We'll be fine. But that would be a good movie. It would also show the hypocrisy. It's a bunny rabbit movie, where if it were with different relationships, that movie would be banned outright. But because it's like the villain is of this persuasion and doing his thing, like, oh, it's art. But I could do that. I'm not going to act in it. That requires good dramatic acting. I remember I wasn't really attracted to Christina Lindbergh until she unbuttoned her sweater. I'm like, oh my god, that's the most beautiful woman in the world. Have no idea what her face looks like. But she was in a movie called, I think it was Thriller. Was it Thriller? She had an eye patch. In the movie, there were porn inserts. I don't know if she was aware that this would happen. But like in her scenes, like they were filmed like, oh, this is just a love scene. And then there were penetration shots inserted. Oh, so a movie already did that? See, I can't be the second person to try something controversial. I have to be the first one. And I don't mean just controversial for the sake of being controversial. It's got to be something more to it. Like, it can't be a one-joke movie. Or a one-dimension movie. Alright, I have to talk this. There's a lot of back and forth in this game, but at least I can zap to the fireplace of that lady. Wait. What? Oh, I have to give him some time. So I have to log off. I think I can still stay with you when I log off. That's not the button. I'm still with you, right? Well, there's always a first. Everything I do is the first time. Everybody copies me. I'm going to sue you for disagreeing with that statement. I have to keep my reputation intact. Alright, now I'm going to talk. He's got the needle ready for me. If you didn't know, if you are a faith build, if you kill him at a certain part of this quest, you get a very good talisman. But I'm not going to kill him. Better than suppositories.
she's probably used to it.
I wonder if I have that VHS tape somewhere. I think I have 8 VCRs, but all of them barely function. I don't know what the fuck happened to them. Like, do VCRs not last long? I've got a lot of stuff on VHS. I mean, my own stuff too. I made a lot of skits in the old days. Alright, I'm here and I have to go here. I'm gonna cure her. I'm gonna cure her of her ailment. Hey lady, are you okay?
If you allow you will leave it into the flesh. You didn't want to cry, but never mind. I would rather switch your mind.
Skip. Alright, I think I have to rest at the bonfire again. I need another beer, right? What time is it? I think I can get away with having another beer and then preparing for my radio show. The upcoming radio show, I want to have 30% of it new music. The past couple of weeks, for some reason, have had huge amount of downloads. Because the radio show is broadcast, it's also archived for a period of time as MP3. So I don't know if it's just people that accidentally discovered me or if they like the music that I've been playing, which is weird because I play dark, like downbeat stuff. Also, I played early 80s new wave. Oh, I should play some Duran Duran. Later they became pop, but their first couple albums, true new wave. Prosthesis wearer air bloom. Yeah, I went to a metal show with a Duran Duran shirt, and people thought that I was doing it to be ironic. I'm like, no, fuck, I can name any song. Same thing with Gary Newman. What am I doing? Seriously, what am I doing? Forgot what I was doing. Okay. I'm going to see if she's in one area, and then I'm going to get a beer. Because I can do it. I never liked Depeche Mode. Oh, definitely The Cure. Like Pornography, that is a dark album for that type of music. That is dark. I like darkness. Sometimes I can't climb out. Like, there have been radio shows where I just didn't make a peep for the longest time because I was like taking the music in. Like, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to play music for the audience. Oh, I have the album of theirs that have the "You Spin Me Round and Round," but I never went beyond that. Where am I going? Tree Grazing Hill. I think that's where I have to see her. Where are you, lady? Well, The Cure had very interesting music videos in the 80s. Like, one guy, I think it was In Between Days, the guitar player was on acoustic guitar, and the camera was like right by the hand. I was like, oh, that's a fucking good angle. And then the Head on the Door song, someone played a comb, because it sounds like you're playing a comb for some of the notes. And Susie and the Banshees, oh my god, that made me hetero. Just kidding, I always was. I didn't know that Chrissie Hynde lived in England. I don't know if that's true. I just loved her music. She's not new wave, but I heard something about her and Lemmy from Motorhead, and she worked somewhere. I'm like, but you talk like an American. I have to talk to this lady at Erd Tree Grazing Hill. Where are you, lady? I should know where this place is, right? Where? You're around here somewhere. I know you are. There it is. I just don't have a map for it. And she should be up here, I think. Or my name isn't Gallbladder. She's not here. Fuck, where? I think she might have to be somewhere else. One more thing to do. Oh, Psychedelic Furs, President Gas. I play that every once in a while on my radio show. That's my favorite song by them. Also, Love My Way. Same album, President Now. No, I'm sorry, Forever Now. Alright, let me talk to this douchebag one last time. Then I'm gonna get a beer. Man, I thought Procto would be here tonight. Or does he come like on a Tuesday or Wednesday? Maybe I can message him like, hey, Procto, Docto, come over here. Alright, one more trick up my sleeve. Oh, I still have some beer. I don't have to leave right away. I can drink some beer. She's got... Oh, that's right. She might be in the shack. When I was a freshman and I heard Rock Lobster, I was thinking, like, why the fuck are you listening to this stupid song? It's fucking stupid. It's bad. Then when I got older, I'm like, this is fucking excellent. I don't know if the B-52s are in your list of cool bands. But yeah, in freshman year, there's just much that is not known of life or of music. Oh, now I have to... I'm gonna have to whip out the B-52s now. Which one? It wasn't the singer, was it? Well, I mean, the male singer. It was kind of funny reading that they're part of an opera club. I'm like, well, then why don't you sing operatically? Because, like, everybody else is singing, and he's like, and I'm just gonna talk. This is the way I sing. I sing opera this way as well. Don Giovanni, a cenar teco, m'invitasti a San Venuto. I guess they never made that song. See, I have to talk to her. I took care of business. I'm talking to her. I'm talking to her here so I can talk to her elsewhere. Advance the quest! Part of me is also thinking about making another peanut butter sandwich for any raccoon who missed out on the buffet. Oh, my throat is not tonight. Nope. I think that's the last attempt for the evening of opera. Maybe I will delight you with some opera tomorrow if I'm on. Man, I fucking accomplished a lot today. The only jinx would be if I don't finish auditioning music for my radio show. I do have about an hour's worth of stuff that was approved. Actually, one is not a new song. It's by a band called Ghost Heart Nebula. I think they're from Italy. Nice dark album. By the way, what are your thoughts on raccoons? I don't know how anyone can hate them. Like, I heard that people hate, oh, they tear up the garbage, or they slaughter chicken, or whatever. But they have expressive faces. How can you kill anything with an expressive face? I think the Holocaust would not have happened if prisoners had expressive faces. She might be up there. Just have to check. Ooh! Solved the mystery because of brains. See? She came here after all. I have no idea what she's saying. I'm just exhausting the dialogue. I guess that's it. Well, might as well do something else while I'm here. There's a lady who might take me to Volcano Manor. She's over here. Also, there's some kind of mini boss. Might be worth killing. Probably not. I would not use this talisman anyway, so never mind. I took her hand. I don't regret it. Sometimes I forget to touch this, and it's terrible because there's somebody up there that will kill me. You'll see. Spoiler! Unless I've become that powerful that I will not be killed. That's Lady Tanith. I feel that she trusts me because she didn't say my name is Lady Tanith. She said I am Tanith. And I am 11th. Okay, I'm just gonna kill the guy upstairs. I hope you don't mind. I'm gonna kill the guy upstairs. I'm gonna try to kill the man upstairs. There he is. I've been expecting you. Oh, don't come at me with that. That is not appreciated. Neither is that. He clobbered me. Look at that. Told you he's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me. I don't like it. Well, it will suck if he also drinks healing potions. Fuck, fuck. Ha! I was worried for no reason. Forgot how cool I am. I allowed myself to be spooked. Don't lose heart in a battle. You could hear him cracking up in the song at times. Oh, he lives in Texas now. I think he lives in Austin. keep forgetting to reach out to him.
Please kill him. Freezer, my God.
I don't know what they're saying. Speak up. Yeah, I thought that he would be miserable because I'm miserable in shitland. But he said something to the effect of it saved his life.
Okay, I hope you. Well, I thought you had outspoken all, but before you can.
I think I'm done with that part of this. So I'm gonna go in the hole. There's a hole down here. There's a hole in the ground. Go there first. Alright, I'm gonna get another beer, and if I see any raccoon around, I have to make a peanut butter sandwich. Alright, let me just, before I go, the last few times I went to Atlantic City, I befriended squirrels on the boardwalk, I befriended birds, I befriended all kinds of animals, and I also befriended different kinds of birds. So there are these like large white seagulls, and then there's smaller seagulls that have black heads. Not pimples, like their heads are black. Crows, pigeons. Like I had pigeons hanging out with me. Oh, hello. But anyway, the amount of peanuts that I bought, these are unsalted peanuts. And I visited a friend whose backyard is host. She lives in a rural area, so she has a lot of animal friends as well. But in her case, it's chipmunks and blue jays. So I befriended them. All it takes is a peanut. I didn't know that birds eat peanuts. Like, I know that the big gulls gulp to, like, whatever it is, I'm eating it. But it was just the fucking best thing hanging out with you. So I always have peanuts now. And I did have a bag that I forgot was in my car. It was a couple of months old. And I thought, well, I'm not going to throw these out. And surely when I visit Atlantic City again, I'm going to buy fresh peanuts. Although who knows how fresh they really are, right? But I thought, okay, I don't know if this was true, but I thought, I heard, hey, if you're going to give raccoons peanuts, as well as other animals, like squirrels, keep them in the shell. They're going to take the shells off. It's important you keep the peanut in the shell. And I was so charmed by the way the raccoons ate the peanuts that I couldn't move. I was thinking, like, I've got to go get the camera. There's nothing like it. So anyway, I will eventually capture the raccoons eating peanuts in the most cute way possible. Like, I like the way they eat grapes. Like, when they eat grapes, they're usually like grapes that are on their way to being raisins. Like, why am I saying this? The reason why I'm telling you about raccoons and grapes is the way they eat them. I know something else is going on, but they look like they're eating in glee. Because, like, you know, if you have something on the plate, like, they'll go yum, 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 yum. But with grapes, they take a single grape, and then they chew with their mouths up to the sky. Like, oh, this is delectable. So, I don't want to attribute human emotion to the raccoon, but it's very soothing. Like, all the shittiness of life just melts away when you watch a raccoon eat a grape. But it's even better when a raccoon eats a peanut. Alright, that's all I have to say. I have to get a beer, measure my penis, see if a raccoon needs a peanut butter sandwich. I'll be back. And yes, I captured a lot of this behavior on film. I haven't done that yet. because I'm so into it. Like, I don't want to look at them through a camera. I want to look at... Ooh, this is us. We have a connection. That's why. I'll be back. Decapitron, can you please engage any newcomers to the chat, assure them I'll be back, and make them feel sexually adequate while in the chat? I'll be back. Wait, before I go, I'm gonna message Procto. Hey, dude, come over here. So if you hear noise, that's what I'm doing. Procto, come! You are hereby summoned. I'm still here, but you can say stuff about me. That's no problem. Fuck, where's Procto? Can I message him? I think he deactivated messages. Fuck. Dude. Procto got verified. Man, I can't message him. What the fuck? I'm just gonna comment on his post. I'm gonna report him for not allowing messages. Oh, 2 hours ago he was on Twitch. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna not message, I'm gonna comment on him. Alright. Dude, come to YouTube. I am showing pictures of of your mother. Alright. Hey, Decapitron, if he comes before I before I return, let him know that I'm just making a peanut butter sandwich for somebody. I am back. Ow! Procto's here? Procto, did you respond to my stupid message? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Decapitron missed you. I was like, Procto should be here. That's the only way I knew how to contact you. Talking about your mother? I'm over it. I'm fine now. Hey Procto, do you want me to help you? In any part of your world? Because I'm amazing. I could do it. I could totally do it. You've been busy doing homework for your stream. How about now? Do you have time to cooperate? Or are you just here to talk about Decapitron's mother? I understand if you want to do that instead. Golden loot for what? Your grandparents? I just realized I bought a 6-pack of chocolate. I remember when chocolate was like $3 for a 6-pack, and now it's like 10 million. So whenever it's on sale for just $1 each candy bar, like, all right, I'll do it. Although I know that they probably skimped on the ingredients. Well, you must know, I'm trying to force myself to eat red cabbage, raw cauliflower, and kimchi. Although I like kimchi, I eat the kimchi because you're supposed to eat a fermented something or other, you know, like your mother. But it also provides the flavoring for the. Well, I don't really mind cauliflower. It's pretty much like eating paper. It's the red cabbage that has a taste I do not like. So when I eat, I just think like, Bill, you must be punished for all the crimes you committed against mankind. Like, you're right. Zero enjoyment. But then, after I have that, I can have beer, I can have candy. So I'm paying for my candy with stuff that... Why does stuff that is good for you taste bad? Like, I often said, like, you know, there's no willfulness to a pathogen like a bacteria or a virus. But I'm pretty sure that if you had a bacteria or virus that made you orgasm, you would not take medication, you would not get vaccinated. It's not my joke, but I remember I heard a joke. Don't remember the source. It might have been Welcome Back, Kotter, because Gabe Kaplan came out with some... No, he definitely didn't say this because it was on 70s television. I saw it as a rerun. I'm not old. But, how did the joke go? Oh, you tell the joke like it's your story. Like, yeah, I was on a train earlier, and this lady kept sneezing, and every time she sneezed, it sounded like she moaned. And finally, I just had to ask, hey, what's going on? Like, it sounds like you're moaning every time you sneeze. And she'll go, oh, I am. Oh, why? Well, every time I sneeze, I have an orgasm. Oh, are you taking anything for it? Yeah, pepper. How's the delivery? Do you like the delivery? The delivery made the joke funnier, right? Good comedic delivery, timing, choice of words, right? Sexy, right? But it wasn't my joke. I didn't make that joke. So what's going on with you, Procto? Are you still doing your homework, or do you want me to help you with a particularly nasty area of this place? Because I can, you know. Because I'm powerful and sexy. And I've got the can-do attitude. We should have a product that's called Do, and it's canned. And that would be the commercial, like, oh, I've got a can-do attitude. Especially if it's feces. I remember I made a joke commercial. It might have been from my public speaking class. The commercial was beggars can't be choosers, and choosers were the name of my candy. Can I have some? No. I'm a chooser, you're a beggar. Beggars can't be choosers. Alright, would you like to compliment me on how cool I am? Because that never gets tiresome for other people to read. It might give them the strength to also compliment me in their own way. They might be bashful about complimenting me before having seen a compliment prior to their compliment. And what is in this? Because I feel retarded. I'm on the ground, baby. Procto. Have you been leveling up your character? Oh, I'm over here. I didn't think I'd be over here. I might not be ready to be over here. But at least I have my rusted anchor. What do you have? Fuck! I almost fell down. Broke my crown. Oh, I one-shot him. Alright. I have a chance. Do you remember ever picking up a Clayman spear? They're the people made out of feces called Claymen. And I saw someone on YouTube who boasted if you get the Ice Spear Ash of War from, I believe, a Black Knight, and then use it with a Clayman Spear, you'll be unstoppable. But, for example, this is yet another character where I saw someone on YouTube like, yeah, you'll be unstoppable if you do this. I've been stopped. So I wonder if it's something that you have to find in a chest, or do they drop it? That's what I'm wondering. But I probably wouldn't use it anyway. Using my trusty rusted anchor. Ooh, he almost knocked me off the roof. I handled it. You can write a poem about how much I inspire you. You don't have to keep it bottled in. Oh, and thanks for posting. For some reason, if I post a link on a social media site and then put and blah blah blah, when I copy and put it on something else, it's a 404 error. So thank you for that. Although I don't really think I have a Twitter following. Check. I think I have like 200 followers. Same thing with Instagram. But with Instagram, it's just that every couple of months they completely delete my channel, and then I have to find a way to change IP. Fuck Instagram. It should be called Puritangram. And I commiserated with someone at a horror convention who makes t-shirts, and they're all without permission. So it makes like parodies of horror icons or whatever. No permission. That's a good one, Procto. I love that joke. I'm sorry, that poem. But he builds up to like 23,000 subscribers and then gets deleted and then just builds up again. So I guess that's the game you play. But socially speaking, I don't know a single person who goes on Instagram. Like in my social circle, like people I speak with in real life, they do not go on Instagram. And I don't have TikTok. Is that what it's called? TikTok or Tic Tac? I was going to use it, but then instead of uploading a video, they're like, oh, download this program. Fucking YouTube or anybody else doesn't make you fuck you. I'm not downloading anything. I'm downloading your mother. I'm gonna jerk off to your mother. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh, so you you don't want to play, but you'll participate in a party? I can do that. What do you think about that, Decaptron? Do you want to hear Procto talk? Who doesn't want to hear Procto talk? And then you can promote your the thing you did homework for. Alright, just let me clear out these nuisance people. And you'll be able to hear Procto, although he's not going to play, he just wants to chat. Which is good because I'm tired of talking. Like, I tried to sing before and I couldn't because I've talked too much today. Alright, you might see me disappear for a second. Hello! Oh, you can see me. Hello! So by homework, do you have a guest on a podcast tomorrow or something?
No, I will be the guest on somebody else's stream.
Holy crap, and you have to do homework to make sure that you get your story straight?
Yes.
And what kind of lies do you usually tell when you're on a podcast?
None.
You lie about nuns?
No, well, I actually haven't met any nuns.
By the way, I have something to say about nuns, but I just saw a movie that I said was an Argento movie, but I think somebody else directed it. It's called The Sect. Did you see it?
Not yet. What's it about?
About 7 inches.
Ah!
Oh, the movie. I don't really know. But if I have time tonight, I'm going to watch The Church. So these are both in 4K. I'm supposed to review them, and I don't want to because the review would be like, and that's it.
Fair enough.
How do I begin to describe? How about you, Decapitron? Have you seen The Church?
How do I describe the sheer girth?
I had a delayed reaction, and I don't know if it's coincidence, but I started eating red cabbage, raw cauliflower, and kimchi. It's not the kimchi, but yesterday I had a severe attack, allergy, and I think Decapitron, you've been witness to me blowing my nose all the time. The last couple times I was on, but I finally took an allergy pill. And I remember not liking it because I hate antihistamines. I hate antihistamines or decongestants. I wasn't congested. It was antihistamine. I'm allergic to antihistamines.
How? Is that okay?
Well, anyway, I don't like the way they make me feel, but then when I found out that they're very bad for your kidneys, I decided I'm never taking an antihistamine. But yesterday I had to, and today I woke up in tremendous pain. But it wasn't my back, because that's where your kidneys... that's usually where your kidneys are, right? Like, I got punched in the back hard. They might have moved the kidneys up.
Yeah, they're in your balls now.
So I don't know if it's just the shock to my system of all these nutrients that I usually don't eat, and it's causing me agony in the bowel area. Like, I don't have diarrhea or anything like that, but I have, like, this pain. It's about 2 inches under my belly button.
Say,
do you want to look at it?
Tuesday morning. My ass just hurts.
No, I woke up with a rubber in my ass. I must have sat on it wrong.
Yeah, it was weird. I farted a fucking...
Yeah, don't hang out too long with Decapitron. Like, that'll happen to you as well. But I wonder if I have an affliction. Because I was going to go to Quest Diagnostics for a blood test, just to see where I am.
Okay.
What do you want? Like, kidneys? This? Like, just give it to me all. And then I looked at the price. I'm like, all right, maybe I'm not going to go. I'm just going to ride this out. I'm going to ride it out.
It's kind of like a hospital visit. Charge for the ambulance. $2,000. I'll walk.
Yeah, I'm going to walk it off.
Right. It's fine.
But then, because the screwworm is in the news, and then the tainted lettuce, or the infected, contaminating lettuce.
Of course.
And I ordered a sandwich from a deli, and I'm like, I fucking forgot to say remove the lettuce. Like, I'm not going to eat it, so I'm fine. So I don't know if this is psychosomatic, but then I thought, what if there are, like, shit particles in the lettuce that'll go onto my food?
Right.
By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this, but a friend, he died of cancer, but while he was being treated, he was told, do not eat lettuce, because his immune system was bzz, and he said that lettuce is very dirty, and then I wondered, like, what is the nutritional value of lettuce? Do people just eat it for texture?
I think it's like a...
I asked you a question! No. Right, go ahead. I'm bulldozing over you, so the floor is yours.
Well, as far as lettuce goes, like, it's mostly bullshit. I've never really cared for it.
Would you wipe your ass with it if you had no paper?
Of course.
Would you like to try it just as an experiment, like privately? Can you go to the bathroom and just see if it would be a good substitute? Because, like, if we have another COVID thing, like, it might be cheaper than toilet paper. Remember when people hoarded toilet paper?
Yeah, I do. Those were dark times.
I remember some of the ridiculous things that people put in place. Like, there was this supermarket that said, okay, we figured it out. We're going to divide the aisle in half. So, if you go that way, you have to stay on this side of the aisle. And they marked it with colored tape.
Ooh, the tape's going to fucking save you.
I just saw a meme today that made me laugh. It was Fauci. And he said... to be honest, I didn't think... I thought most of you would be dead by now.
That's about right. God damn. Now, a buddy of mine had a kid. Back then, he was about 18. And he used to run marathons with his mom every month or so.
Is that a euphemism?
No.
Oh, so it's not, you're not speaking in sexual code or anything?
No, this is...
Oh, so he actually ran marathons with his mom. I thought you were trying to skirt around some policy.
No.
Okay.
No worries.
So it's literal, like he ran marathons with his mom. There's no other meaning to it, right?
Yeah, I'm just...
Try to get a clear picture.
Of hell.
Try to get a clear picture.
I'm just saying, this kid was at the peak of health. And then he got one of those fucking injections.
Oh, the vaccine?
Yep. Then he suffered some cardiac disorder, and he has not been able to run since.
He should kill himself. Tell him I recommend that. I'm not a doctor, but I recommend that. Can you relay that message?
I could, but I'm not gonna.
Are you close friends?
No, I'm just saying, like, this is a real person.
Oh, okay. I thought you were telling some kind of anecdote.
Well, it is an anecdote, but it's not.
So
funny.
what's funny about it?
It's not funny.
Your mother's not funny.
Well, she's not. I will tell her that.
I just think it's funny that my joke about your mother caused instant response.
It was purely coincidence. I was just on Twitter at the time. I was like, "You son of a bitch! My mother is a bitch."
I even told people, like, man, it doesn't seem like you could private message Procto on Twitter. That's the only communication I have with him, because he doesn't support my Kickstarter, so I don't have an email. He doesn't
Fucking
support
follow me back, you son of a bitch.
doesn't support my Kickstarter. He doesn't support
Follow
my
me back, you bitch!
But anyway, I told people it was live, like,
Fucker.
how do I contact Procto? And then I saw, like, I couldn't respond to one of the responses you had to my post, so I thought, like, all right. Oh, he was on 2 hours ago, so, like, maybe I'll talk about his mother on that. Did you delete my comment on your
No,
post?
I don't delete shit. You can say what the fuck you want. That's on you.
Yeah, I remember in the early days, I wondered when, like, let's say it's Facebook. If you post something and idiots post replies. Wait, let me just kill this guy. You dick. Alright. So I didn't know anything about social media. I probably still don't, and I kind of don't care. But I shared with him, if I post something, and then a lot of idiots post something back, that's going to discourage people from reading the posts. So I thought, like, maybe let me sculpt the posts so that only the funny people can write, even if it's insulting me. And he said, no, you're doing it wrong. I'm like, what do you mean I'm doing it wrong? He's like, nobody reads the previous comments. Nobody. I'm like, really? But he also said, allow shitloads of people to just post, like, stupid posts, because first, nobody reads them, but it drives your engagement. So I guess once upon a time, engagement was important. That's why when you watch YouTube and someone says, oh, what's your opinion about having a dick in your ass? Let me know in the comments, because I read them. So you have to write in the comments, because that, I guess, affects, I don't want to say algorithm, but it affects engagement.
Yeah.
And so the people who come onto those threads who argue, they're actually increasing engagement. I'm thinking, can they correct that one day? I think YouTube made some changes recently where they made some changes so they change things. But I think they're addressing some of these things. And also, I won't say the guy's name, but he runs a movie company. See, I know successful people. And he said you could buy views and you could buy likes.
True.
I'm like, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and that's another thing. I used to advertise on Facebook. And
Going around.
have you ever done that?
No, fuck that.
But I did that because another movie maker told me, like, oh, that's the best thing you could ever do, advertise on Facebook. So I'm not saying that Facebook had this, but Elon Musk revealed that, like, when you advertise on Twitter of yesteryear and you're paying for clicks, those might be bots.
Of course.
That's all I had to say. There's no grandiose ending to that. Would you like to make one? How about Decapitron? Would you like to say something very demeaning that's also comical that would wrap up that story? Did you feel not fulfilled by the way I ended that?
Just about dead internet in general.
All right, let's switch topics. Could you share more information about your mother?
Well, she's married. Or
Okay.
he's remarried.
All right. And what does he have that I don't have?
He had about a foot on you.
Do you know how tall I am?
Yeah, you're about 5'4".
I'm 5'12".
That's 6 foot.
-1. I tell people it's 6 foot, but I'm 5'11". Like, you can't tell.
5'11" and a half.
I have such a big forehead. People. No, I'm always below average.
Gotcha. Well, 5'11" definitely isn't the average. Like,
What is the average?
across the planet?
Yeah.
Is like 5'6".
Oh, I'm tall, dude.
You sure?
Fucking talk to me with respect, or you're gonna get it. Up the pooper too.
If you play your cards right.
And you're 6'3".
Yep.
Do you tend to stay away from sexual partners who are a lot shorter than you are?
Not really. Like, my top, it's fine.
Thank you for sharing, because these are sensitive topics.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
It's brave for you to talk about yourself like this.
Well, thank you. I didn't know.
Yeah, it's uncommonly brave.
Is it now?
I still wonder how you escaped the indoctrination of the region of the country where you reside. That's a try. Is it because you were never a conformist, or did you have to battle pressure to be like them?
No, like, when I was in high school and shit, I was, like, on the left, and then they kept moving left further, and now I'm in the center.
Yeah, I'm not political, but I remember in the early days, it seemed that right-wing people were the ones who censored art, and I think they just hated sex. But then left was even worse because they had a shit long list of things to censor. I'm like, all right, just cover the boob and you'll be fine. But I think they're both equally bad, left and right.
Yeah,
especially the extremes of left and right.
I kind of like being in the center. It's fine.
I'm not even in the center. I'm not even on the map. I'm not on a political map in any way.
Bitch, I'm in the north.
Oh, I'm trying to create a joke, and maybe it's good that Decapitron is here, because Decapitron's role in all of this is he has to keep me from being offensive.
Really?
Yeah. He just saw my movie Stereotypes, by the way, and he said he wasn't offended, so
Yeah.
I got the seal of approval. But
Okay, well, you need to do better.
before I fight the boss, did I tell you during the interview that I'm working on Sleepaway Concentration Camp?
Yes.
Okay. For anyone who's tuning in later or now and has no idea what I'm talking about, the movie is based on a dating site for white supremacists. Because there's a dating site for JDay, ChristianSingles.com. And so... yeah, Decapitron would push me into offensiveness, so yeah, I can't really count on him. But this particular joke, I haven't developed it yet, but So each person who's like a supremacist in some way, like there's a religious white supremacist, there's one who hates Jews, one who hates blacks, one who hates illegal immigrants. And the reason why I'm quartering them off, like each one specializes in one form of hatred or bigotry, is the poetic justice that befalls the person. You know, so
Okay.
so I won't go into that, but there's a reason for that. So it's not a realistic movie, although some of the vile things that the characters say are things that I've heard.
Are any of your movies realistic?
All of them. What are you talking about? So this is the rare movie where it's not realistic.
1-to-1 realism. Dick Shark, 1-to-1 realism.
I'm having a lot of problems.
Asshole.
There's one platform I'm having.
Verbatim, what happened?
All right, so getting back to this, it's the raw form of the joke, and I haven't incorporated it into the movie because I've learned over time. Sometimes if something doesn't work, just don't include it. Which kind of person is this? I think he's going to be an anti-gay white supremacist. And so when someone is described as being on the spectrum, he's like, really, you're gay? Because the spectrum is rainbow colored.
Gotcha.
But as I said, I haven't developed that joke. Should I pursue that joke, or is that just a dead end? Is it going to be too wrong?
Depends on the setup to the joke. But if you do it properly, I would have absolutely no issue.
Are you fond of Curb Your Enthusiasm and Larry David?
From the people I've met and talked to that have met to Larry David, that dude can go fuck himself.
Really?
Yeah, apparently he's just a complete asshole.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
people said that about Peter Steele, but then I guessed that maybe he's just honest. So if you're a dick, he's a dick right back to you. And that's exactly what the case was.
Well, apparently he was the kind of guy that would, like, sit in an audition that you were doing, but, like, read a newspaper the whole fucking time.
Well, you're mature. So you're basing... Well, anyway.
I'm basing my opinion on what other people have said.
Your mother's basing your
which is
opinion.
Probably kind of dumb. But also, I haven't met the dude myself.
Well, when I watch entertainment, I rarely think that dick is in that part, except if it's Ben Affleck. I don't know if he ever did anything, but like I just want him to die. I hope he dies. I hope he says something wrong. He's never in movies again. Like, but then again, the movies that he's in, I would never watch anyway. Same thing with Kevin Costner. Like, so there's some people who, instead of being star power and attracting an audience, like for me and people like me, it's like I will never watch a movie with him in it.
Really?
Yeah, never. I can't define what it is. It's just like Also, Michael Caine. I hate him and I want him to die, and I want to accidentally all of the stuff with his performances to be burned. Like, oh, it burned in a fire. But what about the rest? Like, oh, that survived. And I remember he wrote a book on how to act. I'm like, well, that's funny because I don't think you can. So I read it just to see, like, what does this guy who can't act say about acting? But I'm sorry, all this build-up. So I don't know if you like people with bad luck, but because I have constant bad luck, and some of the bad...
It's terrible.
Yeah, and some of the things that befall upon me are my own fault. And that's why I gravitate toward Curb Your Enthusiasm and Larry David. So just as a show, that's why I like it. So this is all turning around to the spectrum. Are you ready for this?
Yeah. Cool. Go ahead.
So what I like about Larry David is... well, there are many things I don't know about the real Larry David, but the Larry David in Curb Your Enthusiasm is very entertaining to me. And
He's a very cool guy.
well, he was in a relationship with a woman who had a shitty kid, and he thought the kid was an asshole, and the significant other said, "No, he's on the spectrum." And
Those are mutually exclusive.
well,
You can be on the spectrum. You can be on the spectrum and an asshole.
well, Larry David didn't buy it. He's like, "Bullshit, kid's an asshole." But at a later point, like, this is the only spoiler I'll give to you. Like, I would say give Curb Your Enthusiasm a chance. The only criticism I have about it is that he wraps up all plot points in a neat bow, which I think is kind of amateur. But the amount of entertainment I derive before the wrapping everything up in a neat bow, it's worth watching. But anyway, he had a he had a car problem. And the mechanic he talked to on the phone didn't talk black, which factors into what happened. So when Larry David saw him, he's like, "Oh, you don't sound black," and that caused some tension. And then all of a sudden, the car that was supposed to be ready immediately, like, "Oh no, we got to keep it for a little while longer." And then Larry David thought about the autistic kid, and he just called back to check on the car and goes, "Oh yeah, I didn't want to say anything, but I'm on the spectrum." And then miraculously the car was ready that day. So that's one of the reasons why I love the show. Like, he's not afraid to go that far, to be self-serving. But I don't know about him as a person in real life. I don't think I'll ever have a chance to meet him. How about you? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you're in the Pacific Northwest. When was he there? Or do you have friends that just travel?
I haven't met him personally, but I have met people that have met him.
Okay. You gotta be your own man. Base your opinion on your own experiences with a person. Right? But, like, for example, like, you might meet someone and the person's just like, "Bill Zebub's a fucking asshole." Like, if you didn't meet me. And that's, like, most of the population. They're like, "Fuck Bill." Like, if they know who I am, fuck that guy. So you would, if you were not a free thinker, you would think like, "Yeah, fuck him." Did you ever talk to him? No.
Yeah.
So let me make you more mature. Give Larry David a chance. Right? Because, like, you talked about during the audition, he just read a paper and said, "Look at the person." He probably already knew, like, "Dude, fuck off. Like, if you can't tell by my body language, I'm not looking at you." But the other thing is, if it's taped, there are some directors who refuse to look at the person auditioning because the person could be charming in real life but have a poor screen presence. Did you ever think about that? You condemned Larry David to this exile, and you'll never watch Curb Your Enthusiasm because of that. Stick that in your ass and smoke it. Oh, sorry. Are you mad about me making fun of your mother?
No, I don't give a shit. But I will say that, like, as far as, like, global consideration might be, you might be like a 2 out of 10 director.
Negative 2 out of 10.
Wisdom right there.
Yeah, what I'm fighting right now is a duplicate of myself.
Your test should be easy.
I'm always fighting with myself.
As well you should be.
Fuck! I almost got killed to death.
Almost get killed to death for yourself.
I keep making progress in the game, so no matter where you are, I'll be able to help you. When you're available, that is.
Yeah, it's not gonna be tonight.
I know it's not tonight, but do you enjoy my helping you?
Of course. It's a very rare and unusual privilege. Like, how many people on the planet could be like, "Oh yeah, Bill Zebub, that dude."
No, I mean anybody helping you. Like, It feels good because you gave
About
me.
that dude specifically.
You don't have to go through NG plus. I can give you a weapon, and you can have two. Like if you wanted two coated swords, I can give it.
And you on my nude plate. I'm also like, fucking drunk as hell right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Does that help your homework?
No.
By the way, you missed my conversation
No.
about raccoons. How do you feel about raccoons?
I have no strong feelings about them. I know farmers that really fucking hate them.
Well, I like them
Okay.
a lot.
Personal thing. Or
I have befriended them. They take food out of my hand.
I have no special needs people that have accomplished this.
The mama raccoon brought her babies, and they sat on me. I looked up at me.
Okay.
I still don't want to pet them because they have extremely sharp claws, and also that's really the way they spread rabies. Not that they... I'm pretty sure that a raccoon is just hanging out on my lap and giving me a lap dance. That it's probably not rabid. But, I'm just happy that they take food out of my hand, that they look at me, they don't scurry away, and what else? I have a connection. Are you are you envious of my connection with animals? Tell me you're envious.
Fucking no.
But I don't want to pet them because I don't know if our trust level is like I don't know if we have the same body
Like
language.
a fucking stripper or something.
Well, I've seen.
I want to touch you, but also I'm going to catch some.
I've seen people pet raccoons, squirrels. Well, I pet a squirrel. Couldn't help myself.
Those are cool.
But if you think about it, like raccoons don't pet each other, right? Or not in front of witnesses. So I want to keep it like a little distant, but I entered the trust zone.
You entered the raccoon trust zone.
Yeah, you don't find that special at all?
Special needs, maybe.
Special needs? But yeah, I suppose
You're a very special man.
like Vlad who comes in here hates them. He calls them trash pandas.
They are.
But how could you hate something that's smart and expressive? Like a Nazi.
That's a good question. In fact, I know exactly who I'm going to
All right, so anyone listening, even if you're unfamiliar with the subject matter, I've begun filming several projects, and recently I came up with the realization: finish the fucking projects. Don't start any new projects. Because I thought of making movies and script writing as like taking classes. Like you don't take one class, So like today I'll work on this, tomorrow I'll work on that. So I'm working on Don't Get in That Car as the next one because it's probably going to be the easiest to finish. As in, like, it'll be finished in a month or two. So that's getting done. That's the Kickstarter. Did you look at the Kickstarter?
No, yeah, I got nothing but 404.
All right. Well, I'm just joking about like you have to give me your life savings for the Kickstarter, but
That's good.
then I have the indulgent movie that was supposed to be called Fanzine Editor, but it's called The King of Metal Has Died, and that might be 4 hours long. So thinking, maybe I could do that next, so that I finish it during like November and December, because I only have a couple more characters to film. But I can't see that selling at all. Maybe even to my own fans. Like, That doesn't stimulate you, does it? From my description of the movie, like you don't care about that movie, right? There are raccoons in the movie.
Yeah. Oh.
You get to see me feed raccoons.
Raccoon.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I'm all in.
Then I Squirt on Your Grave.
Ooh.
But it has a lot of practical effects that might take months to finish.
What do you mean?
The same thing with Stabbed in the Ass.
Why would that take months?
Alright, for instance, this one girl in Stabbed in the Ass, I thought that I could make her scene an artificial intelligence scene, but I knew, like, better do a body casting of her. So there's a silicone goop that's poured. Like, sometimes, like, if you want to do a severed hand, you do that, or like alginate, like if it's a one-time prop, you know. But if you want to do it over and over again, you know, if you want to sell sex dolls,
your next endeavor.
but yeah, like, movies are for birds, or for the birds. Like, I'm just gonna sell
Movies
sex
are the
dolls.
stepping stones to sex dolls.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I don't know why I went through with the body casting, because that takes like 6 hours to pour goop over the entire body. It's a big process, but the reason why it takes a long time is if you want to do it right. Like, let's say you have the mold. Like, let's say this hand is like the full torso. No, the full torso. The full torso. It's like much bigger. To make it look the best, it's not just pour goop into the mold. It just like stipple. Because look, when you look at your skin, it's not one smooth, one color. I suppose makeup could do the same thing, but anyway, what I said earlier in the stream is that when I thought of the idea for this particular gore moment, that I would use AI for it.
Okay.
And specifically Grok, because Twitter is uncensored. But I just found out Grok is censored. So I don't know what kind of trouble they get into, but like, no gore, no nudity, which is really hard for the very important breast scene. Now I have to do it with practical effects, so that's going to take a while.
Minor inconvenience. Now I need a live one to be topless in front of me.
Are you incredibly overweight?
Not terribly. It's fine.
Okay. So you wouldn't be Tarzan in my next movie?
If you play your cards right, I'll do it.
Actually, Decapitron came up with an idea of a homosexual serial killer who forces heterosexual men into a homosexual sex act. And we both think that you might be good for that role. He would play the killer, you would play a victim. Would you want to do that?
What? I'll play the victim. Sure.
Well, I told him, like, are you bisexual or heterosexual? You can tell, like, it's just us here. You could say it.
No, it's not a big deal. For the most part, like,
no cutting corners.
I'm about as straight as bisexual will get.
All right. Well, then you might concur with this. I told Decapitron that it's frightening, even for the toughest heterosexual male, to even imagine being raped in a homosexual manner, right?
Well, yeah, it's about power and control.
And flavor, right? Because you probably haven't tasted some things, right, in sex?
Of course.
Is it safe to say that? So I guess to avoid an X rating, when Decapitron penetrates you, it'll just be from the waist up in the scene. I think you're a methadone actor, right? You're a methadone actor?
Of course.
So we'll fly you down for that. Would you be into it?
Into it, quite.
I mean, just when you're acting, you have to be in a different headspace.
I'll be surprised, hot shit. Oh no, this is amazingly pleasurable. I didn't see this coming.
Do you think we have to disclose to actors what's really going to happen, or should we just say, like, yeah, so we're just going to tie you up? Oh, so it has to be disclosed?
Yes.
Because I think that the reaction would be better if you didn't know that was going to happen to you. Right, Decapitron?
The reaction might be better, but for legal purposes.
Oh, Dr. Sid is part of this conversation now as well.
Oh, is he there?
Yeah, Dr. Sid, Procto Docto, might play a victim of a homosexual serial killer played by Decapitron. And unlike other American movies that just have like soap opera dialogue of serial killers and just dramatic events, like totally sanitizing it of the sexual stuff, Decapitron insists, right, Decapitron?
Be in slow-mo.
Yeah. Decapitron, do you care that Procto is a little overweight? Like you said, you're a little overweight, right?
For now.
All right. I personally don't do topless scenes for that reason.
Ah, that makes sense.
Or we could just forego the whole horror genre and just make porn, right? Like that'll sell, right, Decapitron?
Yeah.
Oh, he said he's gonna fat mog you. I don't know what that means.
He's gonna be like extra fat in comparison to me.
It's actively appealing to them. Dude, we only have one viewer now.
Oh no.
I think we went too far with the humor.
We've gone way too far.
What kind of channel is this?
I don't know.
The worst thing is if they report, dude.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that earlier. Wait, let me kill this guy because he's tough. He's tough enough to overstuff. I'm dead. Totally dead.
Well, do better. Figure it out.
Are you good at fighting these things?
I don't know. I'm gonna watch it.
You're not watching? Oh, you're just here for the conversation?
Yep.
Fuck! I'm trying to have a conversation and get attacked by this asshole.
Yeah, I'm all out of alcohol.
You're out of alcohol, or are you gonna drive drunk to a liquor store?
Fuck no, that's not the plan. In fact, I'm ready to call it a night here.
Yeah, I actually have to audition music for my radio. I got killed anyway. But I wanted to say, like, I remember writing in my memoir, like, in my freshman year of high school, I went to an all-white, well, mostly white, mostly white high school, Catholic school, different class of people. And then the sophomore year, I went to an inner city public high school where I learned a lot of survival skills. Because I might have mentioned before, like, they don't tell you, like, fight at 3 o'clock. Like, they will never tell you. Like, it's a surprise. And it's usually with, like, no hope of intervention by anybody.
No.
So you got to pay the price. However, as much as I thought I was in hell in that particular high school in sophomore year, I did go to another city high school that was like Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I describe it that way because it was exactly like that. It was a public school, but it was well, let's just say it was a different city, different demographics.
Okay.
And
public school, but easier.
Well, the point I'm trying to make is that when I was an outsider in, outsider by race, like only one of 10 white kids in the sophomore year.
Yeah.
I found the best path was to be humorous. So I entertained the fuck out of people.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so I wrote stories. I did all these things. I still got my ass kicked here and there. So you have to learn the boundaries of humor. Like, there's certain jokes you can't make to certain people. But generally, I became sort of like a hero. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but when I went to the Fast Times at Ridgemont High, for the first couple of weeks, I thought, like, this is heaven. Like, most people are metal here. I hear metal slang instead of, like, urban slang. So, because, like, rap slang is urban slang, right? So I thought, all right. And I didn't realize, like, I'm not speaking proper English when I'm speaking metal slang. So, like, why am I... But where all this comes together is the same humor that I used in the white public school got me reported constantly by fellow white people. Constantly, and I got expelled.
Oh, that's fucking...
So, I guess that's a good way of saying that my crowd is not white. But so, like, I was looking at divisions, like, not that I'm a free spirit, so I don't belong to any group, but I thought that
Of course.
my group was based on skin color or class, but no, there's just something about white people, middle class, they love to tattle on you.
Well, yeah.
So, like,
they're an easy target.
so, I might be generalizing, but I was a hero in the mostly minority school. They should really be called majorities. But then when I went to the mostly white school, I constantly got reported to the principal. Constantly. So, I guess I should make that message in some of my movies. I think I made it in the memoir. But there's just something about white people loving to tattle on you. I remember in college when I took a Russian civilization class, like the Stalin era, like, if you didn't tattle on someone, maybe you're doing something wrong. So that was the fear.
Yeah.
But that's rough. Those are rough lessons to learn. Like, they look like me, but they're really not like me in any way.
Yeah, it's reminded me of, like, over in North Korea.
You were in North Korea, or you're just talking about something?
I'm just talking about them in general.
Oh, all right. Yeah, do carry on.
So whenever they have patrols, they always have two people, just in case one of them, like, defects.
Oh, I should have gotten... I'm sorry, Decapitron said I get immigrant scholarships. I should have. Procto, you knew I wasn't born in America, right?
We were you born?
I remember, like I told you, I wrote short stories that were ridiculous.
Yeah.
They were absurd. So one short story, like, people got detention. They were laughing so hard reading my stories. So I became kind of a legend. But whatever the situation was, wait, I'm in trouble here. Fuck. He's going down on me. Alright, I killed him. Now I forgot what I was going to say. Totally forgot what I was going to say. What was I talking about? Does anyone know what I was talking about? Can you rewind? Tell me what I was talking about.
Something about a guy going down on you?
No! I wasn't talking about that.
That's just an Adverse Tuesday for it.
I'm sure I had a good point. That's probably why I forgot it. What is in this? Oh, Proctor was talking about North Korea. So yeah, I interrupted you, Procto. Like that's what I get for interrupting you. What do you want to say about Procto? I mean, proctology. You said something about North Korea, like two people have sex so that if one of them gets killed or something.
Oh no! So like if you're a guard, there are always two of you on patrol in case one of you betrays North Korea.
I just remembered what I was going to say.
No.
All right, so this might sound stupid out of context, but when I entered the white public school and I passed around my short stories, there was a scene in which a priest got attacked by a talking squirrel, and I think I wrote something like the squirrel bit him in his holy testicles, because I thought like that's a cool way of, that's a new way of language. Like I could have just said the boring way, like yeah, the squirrel bit his balls, but I said the squirrel bit him in his holy testicles, and instead of laughter, the kids before class who were reading the short stories, they had these pusses on their faces, and then one girl said, we should do to him what he did to that priest. I'm like, it's this fucking talking squirrel. So vice principal constantly like
getting flashbacks as to where they may.
But the irony of it was, at a certain point, I just told my parents, "Can I go back to the minority school?" And I did. Like mid-year, I went back.
Alright.
Because I also thought, like, I'm gonna get some kind of criminal record in this school. Like, people are reporting me for jokes.
People playing your cards, right?
And this is before, like, way before woke or anything like. But I just wonder, like.
Wow.
What the fuck?
I mean, people are fucking 10 plus.
Yeah, how did you fare with the whole conformity? Because I think that you were kind of a rule breaker yourself, right?
I don't give a shit about any of this thing I have to say. It's all whatever.
And you're in the Pacific Northwest, so you get punished for not towing the line, right?
Right?
Like, is it on your job application? Like, did you vote for Biden?
No, I didn't vote for Biden.
By the way, everybody, I don't vote. I won't even vote on the jury.
Fucking ridiculous. Like, I voted for Obama back when I was 18, but the entire reason for that was I had learned that McCain was older than the recipe for chocolate chip cookies.
Don't make me laugh. I've got abdominal pain.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I can't vote for that guy.
I just don't see a point in voting.
Well, most of it's retarded, and a lot of it's manipulated anyway.
But it's like,
That don't really matter.
what difference does it make in my life who's in charge? Unless somebody declares war, I'm like, fucking should have voted for the other guy.
Well, unless you're willing to actually, like, shoot the guy in charge, it probably doesn't matter.
The other thing, too, is, people think on a grand scale, like, if this, like, law-abiding candidate wins, like, there'll be law and order, but there won't. Like, for example, Atlantic City, I guess they're trying to rebuild, and so they have a police department on the boardwalk. But even before that, I was told by one of the cops there, when you're on the boardwalk, you're kind of okay. Do not venture 2 blocks further. You're on your own. And then they said that they have cameras, but the cameras are not there to protect you. They're there to solve your murder. But also, Atlantic City.
Realistic take.
But think about it. Atlantic City, just like a lot of cities, is surrounded by extremely poor people, and they know that drunk or old people with money are there. And no matter where you are in the country, there are certain elements who, when they see you have something, will try to devise ways to take it from you.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
basic nature.
So, you know, if I ever get rolled in Atlantic City, like, good luck. You now have my debt. Like, steal my debt.
There's a movie idea for
But how about you?
basic
In the
nature.
Pacific Northwest, do you have any bad cities that you venture into? You know, to buy drugs and like sex tapes.
Well, there's like Olympia. That place fucking sucked. That's why it recently caught on fire.
Oh, I didn't even know this. I was just saying that as a joke.
Yeah, no, Olympia fucking sucks. But no, I don't go there very terribly often.
Something over there is calling me. Well, you don't even see what I'm doing, all right? You're just talking.
Yeah, I have no idea what you should do.
Why is it that you always run out of beer or malt liquor like 2 minutes into appearing on here? Like, how much do you consume on a daily basis? I thought I drank a lot.
On a daily basis? That's a good question.
Like, how much of your water intake is from beer?
Water intake? That's another good question.
Do you urinate often while unconscious?
No, I don't have diabetes or nothing.
Nice one.
But no, I'm about to pass that.
All right, yeah, I think that I'm ready to go. Like, anybody else want to say anything to Procto before we go? I don't think he's reading the comments. I'll read them to him.
Probably not. I can't read it.
Do you want to describe your sexual organ before you go?
It's 7.5 inches long.
Is that average?
It's definitely not
Dead!
average.
Holy crap, I died!
Oh, you bitch. How you doing?
Yeah, what is the average?
Bastard.
Like 3?
I think it's like 4 or 5. Not terribly large, but it's all whatever.
So when you get naked in front of other men, what length do you usually see? Just curious.
Well, okay. So here's some.
Like, it's anonymous. Like, don't name them. Just usually.
I'm not gonna name anything. I'm gonna educate you a little bit.
Yeah. I want to be educated.
Okay. So, did you know that the general rule of thumb is that when it comes to gay porn, the biggest guy is on top? And when we're talking about mass size, the probably less cock.
Oh, that's what you meant. Okay.
Yeah. So what they do, because you can't trust anybody,
No, definitely not.
is they basically prep for the scene, and then they walk towards each other, and the first guy to touch the other with his cock wins. That's how they determine who's on top.
You know, I watched something about hermit. I love hermit crabs. You have no idea how much I love them. But I saw a little bit. Like, this is not a long story, but
Okay.
you know, hermit crabs outgrow their shells. Did you know this?
Of course, I do.
And they have
Just ask them.
the cutest, most cooperative way to do the hand-me-down thing. They line up and they size each other up. Like, all right, you're bigger than I am. I'm gonna get behind you. Like, oh, you're bigger than I am. I'm gonna get behind you. And then the shells are hand-me-downs down the line. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's fucking cooperation. They shouldn't be called hermit crabs. They should be called community crabs.
They should be.
That's fucking community thinking. Fucking I love hermit crabs.
Right?
I just never learned if they rob snails. Like, oh, that looks like a good shell. Bonk, 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 bonk! It's mine now.
Yeah, it's a little fucking asshole. Like, I bought 2 of them.
You bought 2 hermit crabs?
Yeah, I had them for a bit.
Yeah, in high school I kept one in my pocket. I called him Hermie.
Nice.
And I thought that I tamed him because, like, at first he was skittish, and then he climbed my finger.
Oh. You got Stockholm Syndrome?
Stockholm Syndrome!
Oh my god, I'm safe.
Like, where's the orifice on this thing?
Right? If only he fucks me hard enough.
You know, like, not that I'm attracted to you, but I need to know where your orifices are.
Well, I suppose. But yeah, I used to have 2 hermit crabs.
What's their story? Were they heroic?
Yeah, one of them was a submissive little bitch, the other was an asshole.
Really? You had an asshole hermit crab?
Yeah. Like, I bought them, I put them in a little tank, and then I left them there, and I watched them. And one of them basically, like, hopped on top of the other and wouldn't let it leave its shell. And just stayed there.
That sounds like a psychopath. That doesn't sound like a normal hermit crab. Like, what kind of hermit crabs are you buying?
Asshole.
Yeah, you that must have been a traumatized hermit crab.
Right. So
You should have written a paper on that.
I should have.
You missed your opportunity.
Fascinating.
You could have written a paper on the hermit crab.
Yeah, it really would have been interesting.
All right, well,
Yeah,
Procto, I don't mean to keep you if you need to go.
No, I gotta finish the story first.
Gotta finish the story first. Go ahead. By the way, are you taking questions from people?
I don't know. I can check the chat here in a sec.
Yeah, Dr. Sid said that you never answered the question about how many other penises that you... Penises is the plural of penis, right?
Correct.
All right. I just don't want to, be a bad influence on people who are trying to correct their English.
Yeah, I'll just say I'm not really a fan. Penises kind of suck.
All right, but you've seen many of them revealed, right?
Of course.
Generally speaking, what is the size that you have seen in your vast experience of watching penises?
You're talking about like.
And just to be clear, this is northwest penis, right? It's northwest penis, right?
Okay, we're talking about northwest.
Northwest penis. So, could you explain a little bit more about that?
Not really. I've seen a few of them. They're like, that's not for me.
What was the occasion? Did you lose a bet or something? Were you experimenting?
No, I was working out over the YMCA, and there was a guy drying himself off in the locker room. He was like fully erect the whole time, and I was like, yeah, that's not for me.
Wasn't I born to do a talk show?
I don't know. We should do it again sometime. But yeah.
Yeah, you should have me on again after the movie comes out, but not ask me anything about my movies.
Nope. Not a fucking question.
Here's how it is. Maybe talk radio, right?
Yeah, we could do that.
Oh, Dr. Sid has another question for you.
What's Professor Dum Dum doing again?
Have you heard any of my Professor Dum Dum shows?
I have not yet.
All right, let me just... I'm going to post a link.
Alright.
Meanwhile, talk about your penile experiments.
Okay, so I've seen a few, but I've never really encountered his. I was like, yeah, shoot. That guy. I'm in.
All right, I'm sharing a page that has archives of the Professor Dum. I'm Professor Dum Dum, and you might not like the music, but the difference between the Beelzebub of radio and the Professor Dum Dum of radio is I have people call in.
Ah,
It's magical.
I should do that more often.
Actually, I might do a couple of shows in the studio later this year. It all depends on if I'm going to film. What's the name of the movie? Oh, Dr. Bondage. I might film a movie called Dr. Bondage.
Attorney at law.
Attorney at law. Wait, lawyers aren't called doctors, right? Are they?
Can be, yeah.
Alright, just shared the link. Those are some of my shows from Professor Dum Dum.
Cool.
And you might enjoy them because The radio station has bylaws like you cannot make fun of any group of people, including Christians. However, you can make fun of public figures, and I said, well, Jesus is a public figure, right? I can make fun of that. And they're like,
What?
yeah, I guess that works.
Kinda? Question mark?
Yep. I like to explore options. That's what they call me, Explore Options Bill. Man, I wonder.
The SUVs.
I'm gonna have to look up the side effects of red cabbage because it feels like I'm being stabbed in the gut. Not stabbed in the ass, stabbed in the gut from the front. Like 2 inches under
the prostate.
I think I still have my appendix. That can't possibly be my. Wait, is that prostate really?
I'm just saying, if it could only stimulate it more, then it'd be fine.
I have to find a cylindrical object. Maybe when I log off.
Shouldn't be too hard.
You mean it should be semi-soft? Or you mean it shouldn't be too difficult finding it?
It shouldn't be too difficult.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
Well, man, I have been on for a little bit longer than I should have, but
Right?
But I'm glad I talked to Decapitron, because I might play some new wave on my radio show this week.
The wise, intelligent man.
Like, how could you not, like, how do you feel about new wave? Like, you like metal, but you also like new wave, right?
New wave's alright.
Can you name some songs that you like while naked?
No, I'm way too drunk right now.
Oh, you're too drunk? Really? I think you're lying. You're just saying that to fit in with Decapitron and me.
I am about to fucking pass out.
How much do you consume? I asked because a friend of mine drank a case a day. I don't know if he still does that because he has a kid, but...
Right now, I am 2 Buzz Balls and 3 40-ounce cans of malt liquor.
What's the brand of malt liquor?
Steel Reserve.
Do you care about the brand, or as like I tell people after 3 drinks, I'll drink anything. I'll drink carbonated urine.
Wow, that's a fucking mistake. But
you can't get arrested for that, you know.
For drinking carbonated urine?
Yeah. So if you ever pulled over, just ask how much you've been drinking. Like, if you're talking about carbonated urine, about 3 glasses. I think that'll end the investigation. That might end the investigation.
Or you can just be honest. Like, I've had some fun conversation with them. Like, one of the last time I was pulled over, they were like, "Okay, do you know why you pulled you over?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I crossed too many lines of traffic." And they're like, "Why'd you do that?" I was like, "Because Rachel is working at this particular bikini barista. I know she works on Sundays. I wanted to make sure I didn't miss the turn."
That's a riveting story.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you shared that because, you know, most people are afraid to talk like that in a public forum.
Nah, that's fine. Like, one, she wasn't working there that day, and 2, he let me off completely off the book.
Did you have to perform any other actions that you're not mentioning?
No.
Did you ever do that?
Anything off the book?
You know, I'm dying to watch.
Like, I gave them like $50. Like, I gave them like a $50 tip when I went to the bikini place.
Have you seen?
Save that much money?
Have you seen Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas?
It's been fucking years.
All right, Dr. Bill. Dr. Sid is saying goodnight as well. I remember when I first saw it, I didn't like it because I thought, like, there's no way people could take that many substances. You know, like...
Challenge accepted.
But I liked how they behaved, like, when they went into Las Vegas. Well, I guess it wasn't Las Vegas. The whole thing was in Las Vegas, but... when they were in a casino, the way they acted... Like, I'm not going to spoil anything for anybody. It was very humorous. but it's not out in 4K. But I remember I was at a horror convention and Gary Busey was there. I had nothing to say to him. Do you know who I'm talking about? Gary Busey?
Of course.
I thought,
Dude,
well,
it's fucking nuts.
like, nobody was in front of him. Like, nobody talked to him. And it was like halfway on like Saturday, which is the biggest day. Nobody was talking to him. So I went over, I wanted to say something, but all I could think about was him kissing Johnny Depp and saying, "It's very lonely here." But yeah, he was a dick. But he might have been a dick for different reasons. Like, he might have been pissed, like, why isn't anyone talking to me? Like, why am I here?
Yeah.
But
You ever see that joke about him from Family Guy?
no.
There's a reference to him in Family Guy. And it's basically like him looking at himself in the mirror. And you're like, hey Gary Busey, how we doing today? And his reflection is just like a fucking clown with snakes for hair. And he's like, I'm doing pretty alright! Regular Gary's looking at him, but like wide-eyed, and like, okay!
So you said that he's cuckoo in real life?
Well, according to Family Guy, he is.
Well, that's unfortunate. But, I was trying to be nice. Like, man, fucking nobody's talking to you. Like, you're looking at me like a bitch.
Come on, man.
Well, not like a bitch.
Well,
I think I've never had a bad expression from a female dog. Like,
most dogs are alright.
yeah, I think that people should stop calling each other bitch as an insult. Like, say bitch as a compliment, because female dogs are beautiful.
Yeah, they are.
And if you have an imagination, they have the same size sexual organs. Right?
Fucking right. Who?
Wait a minute, did I get
Who
attacked?
you talking to?
I don't know, I don't care, you can eat my underwear. But yeah, I guess I should log off. I've accomplished some goals tonight.
Yeah, I gotta get to sleep myself.
And I have to audition music. But for a movie called The Gods Are Rapists, I just finished mastering it tonight. So
Nice.
that's a big weight off my back.
I bet.
And then when I get the hunchback removed, that's going to be another big weight taken off.
Woo!
Can you imagine being part of Siamese twin?
Nah.
I remember at a certain point they said, like, don't call them Siamese twins. That's racist. Like,
That's fucking retarded.
yeah, that's a racist comment.
Nah, if they're conjoined, fuck.
Why the fuck you have to call it a Bengal tiger?
Right? So whatever. I'm sure they know where they were at.
But I wanted to have a joke in the movie where potential girlfriend, you know, the first time over the
Don't
apartment,
call her a big old tiger.
she introduces
That
me.
fucking chainsaw.
You know, the girl would introduce me to her pet, and it's a Siamese cat. And I thought it'd be funny for me to say, like, oh, did the twin not survive surgery? Or something like that. Get it, Siamese cat, so it's Siamese twin.
Yeah. Yeah.
That didn't land, right? You didn't like that one.
Well, I'm pretty fucking drunk right now.
You have to find out what's going on with my body. Because I want to imbibe more,
Your body
but
right now? Okay.
you have to look into this parasite of lettuce. Like, what's the onset? I don't want to have that. That's a hospital visit. I'm only saying that because now I feel nauseous. Earlier today was just like pain.
Alright.
Unless I have to check my back in case somebody surgically removed one of my kidneys. Do you think that might have happened? That's a plausible explanation.
A massive amount of pain.
Well, it's just annoying pain.
Alright, well, best wishes to be figuring that out.
You know what might help if I eat ice cream?
Maybe. Question mark.
All right.
But yeah, I'm definitely gonna.
Oh well. Thanks for sharing your time with us.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for letting me join you. That was a weird, unusual time.
Yeah, and I hope whoever was a lurker that we entertained you.
I hope I entertained them.
Yeah. Well, I'm probably more entertaining, right?
Probably, because I'm pretty fucked up at the moment.
All right.
So,
If I have a fever, then that means I'm cooked.
But yeah, I'll be on the stream tomorrow.
All right. If I'm alive, I'll log
be a lot
on.
more coherent.
All right. So you'll start drinking later instead of
I'll be
immediately when you
during
return
the
home.
stream.
Life is but a stream.
Yeah, I'm gonna say tomorrow's gonna be a fucking ridiculous time. Yeah, you ever hear of a movie called The Untamed?
No.
Okay.
The Untamed.
Well, it's
Why, is it good?
French. No, it's one of those movies that made me realize I'm never going to heaven.
Does it at least have boobs?
Yes.
All right, I'm definitely gonna watch it.
Okay, check it out.
It's gonna be my favorite movie.
Enjoy. Best wishes. There's a weird animal orgy. I'm sure you'll get a good laugh at.
Oh, now you spoiled it.
Well, yeah.
Joking.
That's why I'm not going to heaven. But yeah, no, I feel like I'll send you. I'll send you a link to the movie, to the stream tomorrow.
Very good.
And you can enjoy that in your own time.
Man, this is a long goodbye. All right, toodles.